Sophia.
Sure. Does it really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I haven't seen Sabrina the Teenage Witch yet.
Yeah, the new
you really
one.
like that though,
Sabrina, like the nude Sabrina?
Yeah, the new one has a Theodora in it.
That's
too.
actually really funny. Theo,
and that's
the little.
So when you started saying a TV show, I was like, I have to know which TV show. Like, you have to tell me right now because it can't be Sabrina the
It's
Teenage Witch. I was
Theo
like, there's
Putman.
no way. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You
It's the
should
queer
totally-
character of the show.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is funny.
What do you
Theodora is
We're
the
recording
character
right
in the
now
show,
also,
too.
by the way.
You should watch
Just
that.
for your own
Full
discretion.
disclosure.
Yeah,
I
just
don't know.
not
I
to.
actually don't know if
So
you
on
like
the
it or
record.
not.
Right.
I like
I like
spooky
it a lot.
stuff.
It's spooky, but it also
Chloe's
has like
gonna
really
show
strong
his toys
characters.
to you.
You're so cute.
He
That's
wants
fine.
to show off his toys.
Oh.
What kind of dog is he?
I'm so honored.
He's a husky lab.
Okay, I probably could have guessed that. The
No,
husky
he's a
part.
little confusing.
Yeah, I was wondering Great Pyrenees at first, but then I'm like, he looks like an adult, and Great Pyrenees are fucking like.
He's got a little,
The size of
he's
small
got a
bears.
little bit of Saint Bernard in him.
Oh,
which
yeah?
I thought was funny. And then after I got him, we watched that movie Beethoven
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
because I was like,
love
"This
your
is your
eyes.
ancestor."
Hey, sweet guy.
But he's mostly husky and lab.
That's so fun. Combination of the best dogs. The truly best dog.
So yeah, this place is fucking sick.
Yeah, this is awesome.
I guess just for context, we're in a cool ass place that maybe I don't know if we
Oh,
should
yeah.
talk
It's
about
a
it or
real
not.
building.
We're in a mill building.
It's an art building.
Yeah, it's pretty
And
lit.
People make art here.
I
You guys
really-
are recording now.
Yeah.
Currently recording.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everything's on the record.
Yes.
Everything is fucking on.
Do you
on.
wanna-
On the
do you want
record.
to know the history of this building?
Yeah, fuck
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Fuck yeah. Tell me.
So this was a textile mill in the 20s that fell into decay and was basically a squatting. Like the basement, they used to have trash can fires in the basement and shit.
Oh shit! Like it was like a very
And then-
very
and
squat like.
The family who owns
Okay.
who's like the patriarch of the family, actually the matriarch, it was this woman that said, no, we're gonna set this aside for like low income housing for people to make art.
That's
And,
so
Oh, wow.
and so like there's always been a big pushback with the town about this place because they wanted to bulldoze us down and make us condos.
Right.
Yeah.
And her family was always like, no, we're not fucking doing that, you know?
That's awesome. Wow.
So I don't know where it's going to go in the next 10 years, but that, like, the legacy of this place is like, oh, you know, we bring in people. Like, be an artist, do your thing,
Yeah.
you know? And, which is really cool because there's not much of that left.
Yeah.
Like in the entire gentrification of everything, right?
Mhm.
Like, we're one of the few holdouts.
This definitely is one of the last places that I have been to in recent history that isn't bougie.
Yeah.
And like upscaled and like made into like this kind of
Like dentist office-y kind of vibe.
yeah. That's a good way to describe it.
Yeah. They didn't. It's not just like one hallway where you go into the studio separately. Like
Yeah.
it's this place is like,
A community
oh no,
space.
we're all in it together.
Yeah.
And you know we disagree on stuff all the time.
Sure.
But like, we're trying to hold out
Yeah.
through like capitalist real estate development
Mm.
developers. But and that's like the last fight we have to get over. Like this place is gonna go away in the next 10 years.
Yeah, probably.
Just by the like
Yeah.
gentrification, like
They love
the-
money.
I fucking hate
Oh,
money.
they do.
Any well, I was talking to my mom earlier and she was talking about, well, I think human nature is that like we get into fighting about resources. And I was like, well, we can invent anything now.
Yeah.
Like
there's
we,
no
like
need.
we can make food.
We
now.
can make fake
We
art
can- yeah,
and sell
right?
it online.
So that's not
Yeah.
even part of the equation. It's just like people being greedy and, you know, whitewashing places, which is I think that's inevitably that this is going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they've even done it to like the Cordage Park buildings and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and, like,
they knocked them all
sorts of
down.
Stuff like that
Where,
over time.
where is that?
Plymouth.
That's in
That's Plymouth.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah,
Okay,
It's one by
cool.
the beach.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like there was an old Walmart over there and stuff, and they've like
Yeah,
knocked some of that down and made condos
I
there
forgot about the
instead
Walmart, yeah.
recently.
The only thing that's left there is the smokestack.
Yeah.
Are you from
Yeah.
Plymouth as well?
I'm from
South
Shrimpton, which
Oh,
is
okay. The other. Okay.
The alter
like
A different Plymouth.
the more rural version of Kingston, which is
Okay,
right
cool.
next to Plymouth.
Nice.
You know.
Cool.
Yeah.
But Plymouth is that's where I used to fuck around. You
Cool.
know?
Yeah.
Like,
I like Plymouth currently.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a decent place.
I'm also from Plymouth.
I'm from Rockland.
fuck yeah, man. They
Yeah.
have the best. They have the best bank.
Oh yeah,
Trust.
that's
I
a
used
good.
to work in
That's a
Rockland
pretty good
Trust a
bank.
million years ago, and then I decided I hated
They don't
that.
fuck
but it
you
was
over
nice.
because they're regional, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah.
That was a really nice part about working there. Sometimes people will come in and they have like, I don't know if this is the thing I should say on the podcast. Actually, people come in and they'd be like, "I'm in a really bad situation," and we'd be able to fix it sometimes, which was really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, like when things get withdrawn a day, $35
Yeah, like
fee
really deep
kind of
fees,
thing.
like
you
super
like take
overwhelmed.
the fee off. You're like,
I'd be like,
okay,
I'll
I
call
understand.
someone, and then
Yeah.
sometimes I could do it. I felt really
Yeah.
great. Where in
Yeah.
most jobs, you just are an asshole and you can't
I
fix
say,
it.
I've had
You
times
just
where
say,
like my
"Fuck
check's
you, man."
like going in the next day and they've waived the fee for me. So
Yeah.
I don't think that's wrong of you to mention.
Or putting them in as cash if someone missed the time to come into the bank and they came in after, and technically we're not supposed to cash their check anymore. But it's like, you have kids to feed. I'm gonna help you.
Yeah,
out.
for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, that's like the
That's just having a
anti-banking
heart.
I loved
system,
it.
right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I
Yeah. There were a lot of times where I had to tell people to fuck off, which really sucked, but
Yeah, you're like,
it was nice to be able to help
choice.
sometimes. Yeah.
yeah. It's interesting, man. I mean, the whole banking system has taken a nosedive, right? Like,
Yeah.
it used to be based off like the return on real estate. Like you bought property, and then if you couldn't make the mortgage or whatever, you went into default. But cool banks like Rockland Trust or regional banks, I should say. You know, the people that held out, the banks that held out that didn't get bought up in like the massive, like I remember Compass Bank. I don't know if you guys remember that. Compass Bank was a regional bank to the South Shore that got bought out by Sovereign.
Oh.
So
Oh,
everything
shit.
became Sovereign Bank, right? And it was like, well, you guys are going corporate, you know, like I don't know if I want to be. And Rockland was one of the few ones that like held out.
Yeah.
You know, they wanted to talk to you as a person, not as a
Where every
commodity,
relationship matters.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like their whole thing. That was another cool thing. Like, I think that is unique of that branch, is why I'm saying that it's fun to like be able to help people out. It was a very strange place to work because it's like you're still at a bank. Like that just kind of like sucks in a lot of ways, but it was really nice being able to be human with people like that sometimes.
Where you
To like talk to a
Yeah.
person as a person.
Yeah, and not
Yeah.
just be like, because something that I guess people do with a lot of other banks when you're a teller is they are forced to meet a quota of selling a certain amount of accounts, like in a certain window of time, and they didn't do that to you there, which meant you didn't have to like try and force feed people like mortgages and loans
Yeah.
and tell them it was in their best interest. Like you
Yeah.
would be recommending things, and you'd have to recommend a certain amount in like 6 months or something, but it was a wicked low number that was like really attainable for people that actually needed it.
Yeah.
Like you're an old woman and you have a little stampy passbook that they don't make for like the last 20 years. You should probably get like a savings. And then it's like that's actually doing something effective rather than making people take out things they can't afford.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
It's not about the loan; it's about the person that you're dealing with.
Someone walks into a bank. Hey, you look like you could use a new car. Like I didn't see what you pulled up in,
Yeah.
but you definitely need a new car. We can
Yeah.
help you get a car loan.
Let
Yeah.
You
me,
need a
let me
house
sell
too
you
while
a
we're at
credit
it.
card
Yeah.
at 0% interest for 2 years, and then it's
Exactly.
like after those 2 years, you're like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
And being
Yeah,
in a
no.
position where you have to
Rockland-
do that or you
Rockland
lose your
is-
job.
Rockland's pretty solid. in my
Yeah,
opinion.
Rockland was good.
This is
But-
a really funny conversation because we've talked about banking so much, but I don't know anything that really about banking.
I only
Yeah.
know
But
if
Theo
I had to
knows
go
so.
through it.
This is like the first time we've like met people that had a passionate banking conversation,
Well,
and I'm
I
really
don't think
excited.
I'm-
I'm excited for
I'm
you,
an
Theo.
anarchist, so I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck all that shit. Like, there should be no oversight. People need to live with each other and,
Yeah.
and like, barter.
So
Like,
I don't like at the
idea
bank
of barter.
anymore. It's been a while. I totally agree. Yeah.
How did you come to have those beliefs, or like what? Or I guess how exactly?
rock.
Yeah, fuck yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
How old are you, by the way? Out of curiosity.
Well, you know, all the
Confidential.
great actors never say how old they are.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm 34.
Cool,
so-
gotcha.
How old are you guys?
25.
24.
You guys are, yeah, you're caught in the whirlwind of it, right? Like, you're becoming adults and like not totally buying into the system, right?
Not really. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
mean,
even-
like
I've never even had a credit card, honestly.
I
that's
have.
good.
It's a bad move. Don't do it.
It's a
No,
pure
no,
coincidence that I
I think
didn't.
building credit works to your benefit, but the onslaught of telling people that they need to build credit was just like a diversion from the fact that our economic country is just like in the downturn.
Yeah.
Huh.
You know.
Shit. So, I'm curious too about. So are these, first of all, are these all of your instruments? We're in your house right now, and this is the first time I've met you.
Except the banjo.
Or your studio, yeah. The banjo?
The banjo is Riah's. The bass guitar, acoustic guitar, that's all me.
Oh, cool. And
I have a drum set, I just can't set it up in here.
Right, that'd be pretty fucking loud. You'd be shaking the whole goddamn
I tried,
place.
and I got yelled at.
Oh, fuck.
What are we talking about? Drums.
Music. Where are you going with this?
Oh, I have no idea. I guess I was just curious as to what that looks like to you. Do you do songwriting or anything like that, or?
Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to write an album for a little bit, but I don't know where to approach it from.
Gotcha.
Because I have so many things in my head that are the things that define me.
Yeah.
So I want it to be like my art has to be an extension of me. I can't do it any other way.
Right.
Which is like when I was talking to you guys earlier, I'm like really considering going to school for composing, because that makes sense to me. You know, like I'm a pretty good editor for video, but I want to like 50% of any movie is a soundtrack, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's like the stuff where like, we were talking about this earlier, or another day.
Couple of
But
days ago,
you were talking about something that like really kind of got like irked you, right? And I wanted to say like, well, you know that like the way those like it that's calculated.
Oh, I feel like I vaguely know what we were talking about.
I forget what movie we were talking about, but all I thought of was Alien, you know, and the chains clinking when like Sigourney Weaver walks in, like that's
like raising the tension.
That's part of your psychology, like that gets into like the reptilian side of your mind.
The audio and the chain clinking,
chains
and
clinking
suspense
in complete darkness, right?
Yeah.
Like you feel tense about that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It adds a different
I don't
illusion
know.
to it versus being able to see it. No, I like vaguely know what you're talking about that we were talking about. It was like some sort of thing about something, the way something happened in a movie that I was like, I just don't understand, and it's bothering me. That
but
did
it was like
this way.
hitting you in a weird
Yeah, it's
way.
just like, and it was like the artistic aspect of it, of like why like they did it. However, I think it was,
evoked you,
yeah,
right? Like you
yeah.
felt something for what you were seeing, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that shit's fucking
I was
cool
like, I
to
feel
me.
like there's a different way, like, or
Yeah.
something, like, or, yeah, I was like, I don't understand why they wouldn't have done it like this, or,
Yeah.
or it might have been something where I was
forget
like,
the
I don't
movie we
believe
were
that
talking
they
about.
did an effect or something that you were saying. They were like, yeah, the way they did that is actually like this, and I was like,
Yeah,
I
it
don't
goes
believe
into
it.
your
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like,
and-
no way.
yeah,
I was like,
that
that
was
effect is totally exactly what it looks like, or something like that. It was something silly like that I was like,
No, it's
hold
not
on.
silly,
I wasn't
man.
even that
I mean-
intense about it, but like I was still like, no, like I just don't understand how else they could have done it except for this. And you were like, no, they did it like this. I think that's what the conversation was, unless I'm thinking of a different thing that we were talking about.
I remember us talking about a movie that we both liked, and I wanted to get into it with you about like how that was all preconceived. Like it's not like something just happened.
Yeah.
It was like somebody, but I couldn't because I had to go back to work.
Yeah, I had to probably also leave for work, and I was like, gosh darn it.
Yeah.
I really
what did
like
you
that we
bring?
have
It's like,
no
Why
idea what movie this
Interstellar
was.
is such a fucking amazing movie.
That's another one I haven't seen. Also, I do have to pee now. Do you want to take over this?
Sure, I
All right.
will.
And I
Brought
guess
me a
I'll.
skunk.
Is the bathroom just in the hallway?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
go out that door
and like
there's two
go.
of them.
Okay, cool. I'll find
Yeah.
it. Thank you.
The one with the shower is the bathroom door has been shut for a while. I don't know.
Yeah, just kicking in.
Okay. No, I mean
Either
yeah.
somebody OD'd in there or
Probably not.
They just fell asleep.
I don't think any homeless people have gotten in.
Oh yeah.
Thank
Oh my
you.
gosh, you were so cute.
Thank you for the skunk. Look at me, I have a skunk.
That's his baby.
Oh,
It's the only toy he hasn't ripped the squeaker out of.
Really? Is the skunk?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Alex got that for him.
I see. Even the one that I made him, he ripped back
Yeah,
apart.
he
I made him a
destroys
zombie
everything.
toy.
oh,
Like I took all of his toys and I sewed them back together.
Oh, nice.
Like a few years ago when I hung out on the couch here for a couple of days.
Did he
to,
love that?
2 weeks. Oh yeah, he loved it. He tore it back apart, and then I came in here when I started bringing my like art stuff in and whatever, and I found it and I pulled it aside because I was like, oh, I'm totally gonna fix this for him again and add more body parts to it from other toys.
Yeah,
That's so exciting.
You quilted all of the toys that he ripped apart.
Yeah, from like just like scraps of his other toys. So it has like a duck head, but it's sewn on in a way that it looks like an ostrich almost.
Oh, cool.
And then there was like another part of it that it was like a cheetah print pattern that was part of the duck or whatever, and I flipped it a certain way and like turned it into like butt cheeks, so it was like baboon butt cheeks but cheetah print, and then it
That's
had
awesome.
panda legs, and the bill for the duck was actually made out of its foot because he had ripped the bill of the duck off.
Oh, yeah.
And I found the duck's feet, so since I gave it panda feet, I sewed the foot into the nose, so it has like a weird ribbed bill.
That's so awesome.
We're for
That
you
sounds
that
sick.
came back,
Zombie
we're talking
dog
about
toys.
Frankensteining Polar's toys into a new toy.
If you didn't told me,
Riah is the best at that.
if you didn't tell me, you could have just told me it was like about contemporary art or like some kind of
Oh
sculpture.
yeah, you didn't hear about the guy that did
just-
surgery
Wait a minute,
on all
what's
of
your
these
fucking
animals?
definition of contemporary art?
What we should have said was,
man,
oh yeah, you
that's
didn't
a
hear
tough
about
one.
those weird surgeries that vet was doing in
Right,
Wyoming?
oh, you're like
and
a
you would have
person,
been like,
yeah.
pandas? And we were like, yeah, pandas and
Oh
cheetahs
jeez.
and ducks with bills for faces, feet for faces.
That was also contemporary art.
I mean, in a way, yeah.
Certain.
Is it?
The definition of contemporary art is very broad. Did you see the one of
I would
there's a
say that
performance
it's
piece?
infinite. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I
Performance
agree with
piece.
that.
Tell me.
The performance piece of the blood transfusions that we were researching the other day.
Holy
happened in like
fuck, I don't know
2018 or
about
something.
this.
Were we reading about this like months ago, like a long ass time ago?
Yes, you and I were.
Okay.
The
curious.
performance art was that they did blood transfusions.
I feel like I should fact check this.
Was
while
it like
I'm
an
talking right
artist
now,
do-
but
well-
yes, I think so.
So I think there's contemporary art, which is very like wacky and stuff, but there's also
No, contemporary art is normal art. You know
Well,
what
I guess
Like,
by some definitions, but there are. Well, I think what we're talking about too is what people a lot of times call
experimental art.
well, like conceptual art
Conceptual
for
art,
sure.
yes,
Yeah, I mean
absolutely,
probably tomato kind of thing, but like with like there's like I think what you're talking about is there's a whole school of I think Chinese performance artists that are like super fucking like shock value and like fucking like super fucking
Yeah,
like
it's like
freaky.
Dadaism, right? Like,
Yeah, I guess you could.
your performance is the reaction you get from you being like taking a
Sure,
shit in
yeah.
a subway, like you know
That
what I
would
mean.
be
It's
fun.
it's the art is reactionary, right?
Yeah, I guess in some
I'm not
ways.
trying to challenge you.
No,
I'm
no,
just-
it's totally okay.
I want to understand.
That
Oh.
reminds me of a Greg and Dharma episode I watched, or Dharma and Greg. I always say it backwards.
Man, you love that show.
I
It's not bad.
I don't
it's not
know
that
the show.
I love it. I just binge watched it for a bit because I didn't know what else to watch with my cat while I hung out with her.
See, updated
relatable.
Friends.
Yeah, well,
Is it a sitcom or a newer
yeah,
show?
so it's from like the 90s.
Gotcha.
And what it is it's this like lawyer guy and this like hippy dippy girl, and they like catch glances on a train, and like
That
in the
sounds like a
pilot
fun-
episode or whatever, and like first it shows them as kids, and then they do it again when they grow up. But it's really funny because they come from like opposite worlds, and then in like the first episode, this isn't gonna spoil anything really, but she shows up in his office for work, and she's like, "It's about time you got here." And this is after he was like talking to his coworker about, I didn't get her name or anything,
Yeah.
but I was like we were supposed to meet, and like I didn't talk to her. I'm so stupid. Why didn't I talk to her? And he walks into his office, and like there she is. Like
It's the best version of serendipity, right? Like you meet the person you meet in life, and then they become part of your world, right?
Yeah.
And so Greg is like, I'm just gonna call it an ad agency. I don't really remember.
I think he's
what
a
he
lawyer. I'm pretty sure he's a lawyer.
did. Ad agencies have a lot of lawyers, but
Yeah.
she shows up, right? And it's like it's serendipity. It's like sliding doors. Do you guys know that movie?
No.
No. I've
Oh,
seen it, no.
fucking check it out, man. It's great. They do this whole thing where, like, they explore if those people had never met, what their lives would be.
Okay, yeah, like
Right?
the alternate universe of it.
Yeah, so Dharma and Greg is very much in that world where,
Yeah.
like, if we never met on the train, and I just showed up at your office. Would you give any fucks about me?
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's cool.
Yeah. Well, and then there's too the fact that they decide to get married like immediately. Like they don't really
that.
know each other, and they like go and they
Yeah,
get married.
they compress about like 10 years of relationship.
And they're
into
like,
one
well, we have
episode.
all the rest of the time to get to know each other anyway, so let's just get married now.
That sounds like a great
And
premise
that's
for a
what they
show.
do. And they're just polar opposites. They're constantly finding out new shit about each other and being like, what the fuck, and then working
But
through
they're
it.
not.
That
They're
sounds
not
really
polar
cute.
opposites. Like he's
well,
like
there's,
he's
like,
like
things-
he's fucking the Michael Keaton, or not Michael Keaton.
They
This
might
is
not
so
be
heated.
entirely polar
The
opposites.
Yeah.
Keaton
but-
Family Ties, right? Greg is the conservative, and who he loves is the non-conservative.
Yeah, well, that's
Right?
like,
Like,
they're
it's the
opposite
same.
worlds.
What is it, Peter?
It does sound opposite to me.
They're
I have no
opposite
idea what we're
worlds.
talking about.
Okay, so Greg's parents are very uppity, richy, like snobs, whatever, and like the mom is like very like, she is the alpha in the family. The dad's fucking like whipped, and he's just like whatever about it.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
like, I can't even have my favorite mug in my coffee room at one point in one of the episodes. Like their family dynamics very like different than what like Dharma grew up with. Dharma had a very open family, open love family, you know, like her dad literally talks about in the show like growing pot in the backyard and stuff like that, and then Greg's all like, you know, that's illegal.
Yeah.
And he gets like really like weird about like things that like their like her family does differently than his, because he's from such a high class world.
He's such
Yeah.
a
And
conservative
she's from like
ideology.
Earth, like her parents like brought her around doing homeschooling. She lives and grew from the dirt, you know, like it's a really good show. I highly recommend it.
Her character is a neo hippie,
Yeah.
right? And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean like a neoliberal,
Yeah.
Right.
right? Where like you're like you like her because she's so outside the world that he's living in.
Yeah.
I just
You
feel
know.
like I need to.
Businessman suit. Yeah, sorry.
No, I just need
What's
to.
up?
This is really funny to me because I was homeschooled K through 12. Like my mom is this person, and it's kind of awesome.
And your
it sounds
dad-
like the
yeah.
best sitcom ever.
Oh,
I
yeah,
sound
you
really
would
excited
like
about
it.
it.
I
This is
know
about
you
the
would
Yeah.
like
family.
it. You would really like it.
That sounds amazing.
It's really
Carpenter
good.
dad.
Because you have a hippie mom too.
Carpenter.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
but
cool.
my mom's definitely not as much of a hippie mom as Dharma's mom was. Like
Yeah.
they built their whole house
Would you-
themselves, and she has like a trampoline in her bedroom.
Oh, that's sick.
like
Your
it's
mom?
no Dharma in the
Oh,
show.
okay. Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
you say that you guys had hippie parents, the two of
Yeah,
you?
my mom doesn't like it when I call her a hippie parent, though.
My mom likes it
Also, when I
sometimes.
sorry,
Oh,
What?
sorry, no.
Yeah,
no,
when it
sorry.
works, when
I
it
didn't hear
works
what
for
you said.
them, you
My
can
mom
call
only
them
likes it
whatever the
sometimes,
fuck
it
you
depends.
want, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, so when I was 5, I went to the King Richard's Fair and I told everyone that my mom was a redneck woman. Because you know that song by like Gretchen Wilson or whatever that used to play on the it used to play on the radio all the time. My mom likes country music a lot. There was a song and it was like called Redneck Woman, and she was like, 'cause I'm a redneck woman, I ain't no high class broad.
Oh, I know that song. Yeah.
who sang that? Was
Gretchen
that
Wilson.
Gretchen
And
Wilson?
she has like a
I'm
line.
I'm unfamiliar.
She has
but-
like a line about like, I keep my Christmas lights on my
No,
front
it's
porch
18.
all
You
year
can use it.
long or
Yes.
whatever.
Yes.
And I just thought my mom really embodied the spirit of that song, so I was like, my mom's a redneck woman, and I went to the King Richard's Fair and I told all of the shop vendors. My mom wasn't with us, so I was like, my mom's at home. My mom's a redneck woman. Like little 5-6-year-old
Honestly,
fucking kid
if you were
running
going
around,
to
and my
King
mom
Richard's
was like,
Fair, I feel like they would respect
oh,
you
they
for
loved
that.
it.
Like,
Everyone
yeah,
laughed.
yeah.
Everyone loved it. Everyone loved it. But my mom was like, no, I'm not. When we got back and she found out that I was telling everyone,
She's
that,
like,
she was
"Please
like,
don't
don't
Don't do
tell-
that.
say
Don't
that
say
to
that
people.
about
That's
me."
not, I'm not oh, you know. And then
But
I
like
started
that-
telling people my mom was a hippie at a point, and I tell my mom, I'm
And she
like,
said,
yeah, I
"Don't say
describe
that."
it." She's like, I'm not really. She's like, I'm from that generation, but I'm not really a hippie. Like, she's like, I believe in like the universe and like
Yeah.
world love and all of that and stuff. But she's like, I'm a bit more realistic, and she's like, I'm not a hippie. Like, she's like, I didn't go traveling around at the shows with everyone. She's like, I fucking worked my whole life. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, in spirit maybe, but not really. Like,
it's like that whole idea of like your parents fitting into a box,
yeah.
right? So like for me, my grandparents were they set the tone, right? But my grandfather was not an astronaut. You know, he was a paratrooper, which is very, very different. And so I used to be like, yeah, my grandfather went to space. And he'd be like, no, man, I just got into the stratosphere and then jumped out. It's like, it's an understanding of like how, it's like genres of music, right? Mm-hmm. Like, oh, I'm into rock and roll, I'm into punk, I'm into, electronica or whatever. But then you start to subcategorize that, and you start to like make it.
Yeah, but like, do you like folk punk or do you like pop punk?
Right, exactly. So when you start to subcategorize that shit, you start to build this idea in your mind, right? About like, yeah. That's all I had.
Yeah.
No, it's cool.
There was a reason I brought up Greg and Dharma.
I'm trying to think back. We were talking about contemporary art, conceptual art. You were talking about blood transfusion, Chinese art.
Yes.
I remember there was an episode.
Is it Chinese? I don't fucking
where one
know.
of her friends, who was an artist, performative artist, comes to town and he's like, Dharma, I need you to come and help me with this thing I'm doing. And so they go to this art gallery building and they set up a double like bunk bed, whatever, and they live in the art studio for like 2 weeks.
That's cool.
And Greg is like not okay with it. He's like, you're my wife. We sleep in the same bed. Ugh, why are you running away from me? And I understand that you used to do this stuff before you met me, but like, don't you want to sleep in the bed?
Don't you want to buy into what I'm telling you?
He doesn't say it like that, but he pretty much throws like an adult man hissy fit of sorts, like lightly, moderately. He's like
light hissy fit.
Sorry, Tony's away. It's fine. I'm like stomping on the floor.
No.
Is Tony downstairs?
Yeah, he's not here right now though.
Gotcha.
He brought Polar over. So.
Yeah, that was worth
Yeah,
it.
so like
Hi,
Greg
dog.
like is all like he shows up and he's like, your mom and dad are having sex in our kitchen and they're trying to talk to me about sex because they don't think I'm open with discussing it and I just don't want to talk about sex with your parents. And like there's a lot of like little things like that where like his parents are very like prude too, and like whenever Dharma will be very open about sexual stuff with her and she'll be like, oh no, like, and she gets very like,
That's
like,
awesome.
and it's like really fucking funny. Yeah, Kitty. Greg's mom is very.
Kitty's.
Kitty,
fucking,
but Dharma's mom's really cool about it, and that's why Greg gets really uncomfortable when Dharma's parents will come over.
Kitty the
and,
character
like,
that shows up and goes, da, 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 you know, isn't that her?
She kind of comes in and she's like, well,
Yeah.
she's like a Karen. She's like a Karen.
Yeah,
Kitty. Kitty is like a Karen.
Kitty's
it's like a
fucking
very
great.
rich Karen.
All right.
And so she gets very upset. She gets very upset when any kind of like non-appropriate conversations get discussed. Like there was a whole episode, not to get off of the whole art gallery thing, but there was a whole episode.
No, it's all art.
This is better.
I mean, it's storytelling, right?
Greg's
That's
mom
the only
and
true
dad,
art.
because they're so rich, they have like a gazebo, and then Dharma's dad accidentally burnt it down.
Oh shit!
Somehow he like destroyed it. So
Because
he
he's
offers to fix it.
he's a fucking hippie that like
Yeah,
fell
he's
asleep and let
jack of
his
all
joint
trades,
burn
know.
the whole thing down.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not dissuading that character,
no,
but like
he's awesome.
that's the difference, right?
He's like the dad that like would tell you stories about how he followed the Grateful Dead. Like he is that.
Yes,
Right,
yes.
yeah.
That is the dad.
Was that Alan Arkin?
And I think he does that in the show too. Like he talks about
Shit, I
doing
forget.
stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean it's quintessential like finding your relationship in in a new world essentially, which is like what's great about the way that they meet.
Yeah.
That they're both
they're
on the
like, very,
train
like, shocking
and she's
each other,
giving him
too.
shit and he's like, well, I like this girl, you know.
But
Like their parents are a foregone to, like they can only be archetypes.
Yeah.
They have to be either the hippie or the
1%
sergeant in the
elitist.
military. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, the whole gazebo thing is really funny too, because like to explain like Kitty's character, because so, Dharma's dad comes over and he's like fixing the gazebo and stuff, and for whatever reason, she like someone, I think it might have even been Dharma's mom, someone made a comment about him being hung.
Oh wow!
Right? Like, they were very
Big dick?
yes. Like this is like like they were like he has dick. Like that's the thing. Like that is like this is like the topic of one of these episodes, and so Kitty's like trying to be like proper about it, and he's out there building the gazebo, and she's standing in like her big open windows, and she's just like, looking like all day at this man's junk.
Oh my god.
And like he comes in and out of the house and she tries to act like she wasn't out there staring or anything or whatever, you know, she's all whatever, like onto something else, dusting, whatever, pretending to be up to shit. And at a point in the episode, Dharma's mom comes in or whatever, and her and Kitty are having like girl talk of sorts, and they finally, it starts to come up in conversation very lightly. Like Kitty's like, is he really like like heavily endowed or like whatever? Like she's like beating around the bush with the conversation. And Dharma's mom, who's very open too, you know, and that's where Dharma gets it from. She's like, oh, you want to know if he has a lot of penis?
Big dick?
Sure. Yeah. Hey! She like calls him into the house, and Kitty's like, no, don't. And she gets all like shy and embarrassed, and she fucking runs out of the room. And so then it's just like the couple now in the room talking, Dharma's parents. And she's like, yeah, I called you in because Kitty wanted to know like what you had going on in your, you know, in your pants, like in your junk, you know, like she was curious, and we ended up getting into conversation. And she goes, oh, is that why she was staring at my junk all day? Like, and she was like, yeah, like they had this whole conversation. She's like, yeah, it's really inappropriate to stare at people like that. Like they had like a whole little joke about it afterwards. Like, why couldn't she just ask? Like,
yeah,
it was so funny because they're very open. Like they both like see other people and everything too.
Yeah.
They had like they had a whole village that raised her as a kid and whatever. Like. It's
just like polyamorous commune parents.
Yes, yeah.
That
That
sounds like a
show is
great
the
show.
more progressive version of Friends, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, essentially, yeah.
Like, let's take out the fact that, like,
Even
these people
almost
are
like
all-
Will and Grace. It's almost like a Will.
Yeah, Will and Grace is
and
another
without
good
like the life mate, soulmate friend being gay. Like, because in Will and Grace, it's like a gay man and a straight woman, and
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
I didn't know
and,
that either.
it has like kind of the like. Not really entirely the same vibe because it's like they're definitely more friends, but people talk about like, oh, you guys should get married all the time, and Will is a lawyer in Will and Grace. I've been just watching a lot of 90s sitcoms lately.
It's good, man. I mean,
I'm stuck
it's
in the
the
90s
framework,
and I only
right?
lived
It's
in
like
it for, like,
talking
3
about
years of
like
my
Seinfeld,
life.
That's such a vibe. I feel that.
right?
Yeah.
Like, Seinfeld, that they took fucking 8 seasons for Jerry and
Elaine?
Elaine to hook up.
Yeah.
Right? But there was this total undercurrent of,
It's like the
they've been
X-Files.
hooking up this whole fucking time, right? But like things like Dharma and Greg and Third Rock from the Sun, like there's like, what if we cut out the build up? Like we all know they're all fucking, you know, like and that's what I like about like sitcoms. You know what I mean? I mean, it's Cheers, right? Like the bartender's in love with the woman who's gonna put him on the right path, and they never fuck, but they're fucking in the background. It's
Yeah.
never in the script.
Well, say,
it's
'cause,
like
like,
they're
even-
hooking up. Like,
Even in X-Files with like Mulder and Scully.
yes,
Why do you
The
guys think
whole
that
thing.
is, that they put that in the background so much?
I think it
They want to lure the lonely audience in.
no, I think we love tension.
Yeah.
So whatever way you interpret that, it could be sexual, it could be
Chains and a dark screen.
Yeah, exactly. Like we
Mhm.
like
Callback.
to care about the characters that we're engaged with.
Right.
It's kind of a more fun role for the viewer to be in, because if you don't know everything, you can kind of theorize about what different characters have going on too, as a fan of the show.
Yeah,
Where like everything
yeah.
that happens is just the present moment versus
Yeah.
like knowing all the subplots and being
There's
like
a lot
ominous.
of that in Riverdale.
We fucking love
There
Riverdale.
are
We've seen all of
There are
it.
comics.
Really?
I haven't.
Yeah.
Oh no! So I
No, I'm not shitting on it. I haven't
No,
watched it. I'm
it's a
big
good
fan
show.
of Sabrina.
It's just like
We brought that
Sabrina.
up earlier.
We
Yeah.
were talking about this earlier. It's Archie
Yeah.
comics.
Yeah, imagine
Right?
Sabrina, but there was like 35 episodes in every season. So like what I like about Riverdale more than Sabrina is that Riverdale is like has like as shitty and dumb as it has
No,
so
I-
much
I
more
don't-
depth.
I don't see it.
Like
that way.
Sabrina's a little fast
They're
and
written by the same
two-dimensional.
guy, directed
It
by the
is
same
Right.
guy.
objectively, but it's really in a good way.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like
Because it's like,
ridiculous show.
I have a fun fact.
That's
about,
why we like it. but-
yeah, that's a good thing.
Oh,
Kira,
I'm-
Kira,
I'm
the
in-
girl that was
I'm in it.
casted as Sabrina.
Oh,
she was
Kieran
almost
Shipka.
in Riverdale.
No way.
Really?
Yeah, so I actually
Did she
watched
audition,
this video
or-
about like people that had auditioned that almost made the parts.
I'm guessing.
Cole Sprouse, they wanted to make him play Archie.
No shit.
And
What a
they-
different
Well,
show.
you know
but then, what's his face? AJ
KJ Appa.
KJ Appa, thank you. He walked in suddenly out of nowhere, no experience, and he was like, "Hey, I want to play one of the characters."
And he is the fucking perfect guy.
They picked him as Archie. They almost picked someone else for Archie. They almost picked Cole Sprouse, and then they were like, "No, you can be Jughead. We'll make someone else." They like switched it all around. Kira, who played Sabrina, she almost played Betty.
That makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah, but then
what a different
but
show
then
it would have been.
Huh?
Like Mad Men Betty?
No, like Betty in Riverdale.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like Archie's Betty.
Instead of the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, they almost put her in Riverdale as Betty. But then they were like, the director was like, actually, I think I don't want you for this. I'm so sorry, honey. I'm going to put you in something else.
And she got the lead role.
Yeah, essentially.
Awesome.
But
Mad Men slaps, though.
Honey. That was my own
Sorry,
outfit.
what?
I said Mad Men slaps, though.
Mad Men slaps.
Yeah, it was a
I would
good show.
agree. But you know, the whole thing with the Riverdale stuff is that they were trying to, like, they had, like...
They're like neighboring towns.
The director, I don't
That's
fucking know
crossover,
his
right?
name.
Yeah.
They were trying
Greendale
to
and
bring
Riverdale.
all that stuff into one unit. It's all part of the same unit.
Right.
It's all
I
in the
love that.
same
Yeah.
comic book, too. Like, they have the Josie and the Pussycats is in the Archie comics as their own thing.
Yeah.
They don't even really interact often with the other characters. Occasionally, they were, like, mashup comics, but
Yeah.
Right.
I used to read them all the time as a kid in the grocery
Is the
store.
whole
I love
franchise
Archie
like the
comics.
Archie-verse? Is that what you would call that?
I guess,
Yes.
yeah.
The Archie-verse or something?
Yeah, Greendale and Riverdale are in at least like the
I would call it the
direction,
Sabrina-verse, but
directions,
yes.
Gotcha.
on the
They're like a
in
tri-town
the-
area
in the-
with Centerville.
In the new TV stuff, they have it like that. They're like right next door to
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there is that episode in Riverdale where they're like driving the box to Greendale, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
are they
yeah.
gonna see Sabrina here?
Yeah,
and that's
or
what
in
they want to do. I think I read something about that the director wants to do something
Yeah,
like that,
he
but
wants to
because
create
of like
a
the
universe.
platforms. I think.
Yeah, because they
It's
go
like
to
weird.
Sweetwater River in Sabrina in
Yeah.
one episode to build like a clay golem thing in the
Yep.
river. It was cool.
Yeah,
was
they're
fun.
Yeah, it
always
was all,
on the
it
edge
was
of
all
each other.
supposed to, like...
And that's why I wonder if like maybe they wanted some of the weird Riverdale stuff, like you know how they have like that off-brand Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah,
game,
Griffins and Gargoyles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. It's,
Alright, I don't know anything about that.
no, they have like
It sucks.
a game in Riverdale where they
Oh
the
my
kids
God,
start
best
playing
season.
it and all the kids start dying.
It's the
Because
best
they're
season.
They
drinking out
pivot
of
to just having a
chalices with, like,
fantasy plot for
cyanide
one
in them.
season.
D&D, but like
But,
with,
you have
real,
to
with
pick-
real consequences.
Exactly.
They're like, pick a goblet and see if you live or die.
Oh, shit, that should be
And they like set one up in the bathroom of a school, and the principal walked in and drank it, and then all the kids stopped
Spoilers.
playing. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
So the
Oh, and everyone's on
It's
drugs.
all good.
Everyone's doing pop rocks. That's another thing.
No, Fizzle Rocks.
Fizzle Rocks.
Fizzle
Same
Rocks.
fucking thing.
And what's the
Yeah.
other one? Fizzle Rocks.
Fizzle Rocks and there is another
Jingle
thing.
Jangle.
Jingle Jangle. The Jingle Jangle.
It's like
the
angel
Jingle
dust or
Does
something.
Jingle Jangle
Circuits?
involve injecting yourself?
No,
or-
it's like it's.
I think
like-
it's implied that they
It's
snort it.
They buy it in pixie sticks and they like drink it.
Oh,
Oh,
right,
you're
yeah.
right, you're right, you're right.
They like eat
Yeah.
it and drink it and they
Yeah,
put it
man,
in their
that's
food.
fucking
It's
poppers,
Like candy.
like-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's like
god.
we need a new version of cocaine. Like,
No,
Yeah.
they
That
pretty
that
much-
speaks
it's
to
like
people.
a kid safe version in the show essentially. So
Yeah.
like you could watch this in front of a kid and it's not great
Wait,
that you're
are-
watching a
There
show
are
about
kids that
drugs,
watch the show.
but it's
Are-
they're not calling it cocaine. They're calling it jingle jangle.
yeah, kids can understand.
You know,
Yeah, it's pop
like,
rock. Yeah.
you're rubbing
Yeah.
jingle jangle on your lips. They're not rubbing cocaine on their lips. So it's like
Yeah.
kind of taking the street name of the drug away from the kids if they're watching you watch this mature show.
A lot of kids watch this though. When I worked,
I know.
When I worked at
Not
the grocery store,
surprised.
I saw like a 5-year-old girl one time with a kid's Riverdale shirt on, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Literally
Really?
not
Yeah,
surprised.
it's
Oh,
like there's a
shit,
whole
man.
fandom for
That's
that.
Literally
cool.
not surprised.
She's probably like 8, but still.
I mean, when I was like 5, 6, 7, 8, not middle school, elementary school, my friends used to watch The Simpsons, and my mom wouldn't let me watch The Simpsons.
True. I
My
was
friends used
obsessed
to
with
watch a lot of
Twilight.
horror movies that I wasn't allowed to watch growing up. I didn't see them till I was in like middle school because
Yeah, well, I feel like
Everyone
Riverdale
does
is
that
just
kind
like
of
it's like
And I'm not
Dawson's Creek,
Yeah.
fucking Degrassi.
no,
It's just
yeah,
like a
Dawson's
new.
Creek, I
so
used to
fucking
watch.
Fuck
watch.
Degrassi.
I used to
Yeah.
watch Degrassi as a kid when my friends would.
Yeah,
put it on
it's the
TV.
same
Like,
thing.
It's like literally
Same
like the
fan
same
base.
kind of
Yeah.
It's a little more
dialogue.
edgy
It's
version
similar
of
dialogue.
that thing.
Definitely,
right?
yeah.
Like, we're gonna bring in drug use and supernatural aspects to the storyline.
And, like sex and
Yeah,
like
yeah. Like,
Gen
like,
Z iPhone aesthetics.
we know that you
Yeah.
grew up on this stuff, so now let's flip it and make it a little more
Murder mystery.
risque.
edgy. Yeah.
Mm,
You know.
Yeah, because it was a very innocent comic book, and now everyone's like, ooh,
Yeah.
there's a TV show.
Dawson's Creek is the most innocent thing I had ever watched. Sorry, I
Yeah.
don't know what.
Were you about to say something
It's
when I
just
said
sad.
that? I feel
was,
like you
and I
were
completely forgot what it was.
you were like gearing. You looked hyped
I
to
had
say
a
what
really
you were going to
exciting
say,
question.
and I jumped in.
There was some. Oh,
Okay, here we go.
It's not that big a question. When was the last time you watched Twilight? Because we are doing a rewatch right now, and it is way fucking crazier than I remembered it being. Not because of any of the plot points, but just the acting and the way it's shot.
Can I grab a drink again? Are
Oh
there
my
like
God.
just seltzers sitting over there? Can I just go steal one? Here, you take
Can I
this.
also have one?
I'll grab one for you.
Thank you. It's so good, dude. And
When-
it's terrible.
When did the fourth movie come out?
Oh shit. The fourth one.
Or when did even the third one come out? Because somewhere between the third and the fourth was when I watched the second movie, and I
Okay.
haven't seen the third or the fourth. Or I might have seen the third.
I haven't rewatched anything but the first half of the first one so far.
Okay.
But it was really funny to rewatch that.
I say I didn't watch the whole thing.
Oh my god.
personally.
So I was
I,
obsessed
I
with Twilight.
liked it for a while when all of my friends really liked it, and
Yeah.
then once like the fourth movie, the third, fourth movie was coming out, I kind of just like lost interest and started watching like zombie stuff.
I might have also
And
done
all
the same
sorts.
thing,
I got
actually.
into all sorts of
Thank
other
you.
movie things instead of Twilight. Like it didn't. I started falling asleep while trying to read the books, and from there I
Dude,
just was like,
I loved the books so much. I was obsessed with Twilight, and then I don't think I saw the last movie either, because
Yeah.
that was a lot later, but I was really, really, really into the books.
I liked
So
the
I-
first two, and then I just kind of got like, okay, they're just gonna keep doing all this stuff, and then everyone.
That's
Kinda,
true.
I think you know how I spoiled.
We'll keep
whatever
spoiling.
I
You can-
We'll just put a
spoiled
warning on
They
this
can
episode.
fuck themselves. Someone's
Yeah.
mad because we spoiled
A TV
Twilight
show.
on a
Well, no,
fucking
but
art
Riverdale is
pod.
current.
Go fuck
Riverdale is
yourself.
current.
No, I'm talking about like sorry I
Hang out.
spoiled Riverdale because I'm about to say like
Yeah.
everyone spoiled Twilight for me. I found out everything, and I was okay with finding all that stuff out, but it just like I already knew what was gonna happen, so I didn't feel like I
It wasn't
needed
as
to
fun
read
to-
It's very
Yeah.
cookie
to find
cutter.
out. It's kind of like
Yeah.
I had the same issue with Harry Potter.
What?
I'm not gonna lie.
can
I got to the
can I
fourth
throw
book,
one out
and
there?
I found
What-
it. I watched the movie before I finished reading the book, and
What do
then
you
I
guys think
stopped
of
reading
Hunger
the book.
Games?
I fuck with Hunger Games.
I haven't watched Hunger Games since it came out the first time.
I
And
read
I was
the
just
books.
saying that my experience with Twilight, which I will say for Hunger Games too, is that I fucking loved that shit when I was 13, and then I haven't touched it since, and then I recently rewatched it and realized it's like
Dog
the way
shit.
that it's well, yeah, I knew that though. But like the way that it's shot and the colors of the scenes and the angles and everything are just so hilarious. Like things that are not
What
supposed
do you
to be
mean?
funny.
I don't know.
Well,
what
it's
you
just
mean.
like blue and like they do these like sideways angles,
Hey,
like
Dutch angle.
They just
Like-
like zoom, like they'll have
Like-
a turning scene where she's just standing in the woods like this, and it's like woo, and it's like green and blue. for
Oh,
no reason.
oh yeah, where they flip the camera angle to like add to the scene kind of thing.
well, like they'll
Like
just be
full
like
spins,
a
though.
character's like doesn't know what's happening or they suspect something might be up, so the
That's it.
shot is like
yeah, Dutch
Yeah.
angle.
right. And
Yeah.
is that what it's called? The Dutch
yeah,
angle?
Dutch angle.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was
That's
a
awesome.
term. But yeah, I just feel like it used in context like that, like it's just so fucking cheesy.
The dialogue was
Like
the
in,
main
like, a-
thing because it
yeah.
was just very abrupt in a way that I didn't remember. Like it had the nuance of a thing that I would be obsessed with when I was 10, which I
It's-
don't remember it being like that.
It's so different too because we're so like because books you spend so much time with and you chew on and like
So- and you
serialized
guys
shows
read
too.
The books before you
I did
saw
not.
them?
No, I didn't
You
read
read
these
them.
ones.
Yeah.
Before before you saw Hunger Games.
I've
Oh,
read them
I
before I
was
saw
talking
Hunger
about
Games.
Twilight when I just said all that.
Oh, Twilight.
I went
Okay.
off tangent. Sorry.
Yeah.
But
No. But I'm still interested because
Hunger Games I haven't seen in a while.
the
Yeah.
whole like it's like book to cinema, right? Like,
Right,
does
yeah.
that speak to you in the way that you?
Oh
like,
yes, like the
if you
comparison
read the
of which is
book and
better.
then you saw it.
I used to get mad about that and not like it, but these days, if I see a book adaptation, a movie adaptation of a book, I'm not expecting it to be like the book. I'm expecting it to be a new piece of media.
That's a good way.
Like,
I
just so
thought-
I'm not fucking disappointed. Because if I
Yeah.
expect it to be just like the book, it's
Dude,
fucking
that's
not
Jurassic
gonna.
No,
Park
it
and
never
Fight
will
Club
be.
for me, right? Like
Oh wow.
the movie ends better than the book did.
Really? You know, I feel the way about Lord of the Rings. Because I've read the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and I love the books. They were great. But the movies are so much more, like, brooding and, like, dark. And
encompassing. Like,
yeah, like, the
it's-
books are very
it's-
fairy tale
It's
like.
like going to war,
Oh, does
right?
the cat like the dog?
Yeah, right.
And-
It's
and
so tense.
The
and-
greatest
Really?
part of the end of the Fellowship is when Boromir dies.
He loves her.
Like, which is the part of the Two Towers. Like, they end the chapter
So cute.
Sit on the ground.
a different way than they end the movie, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, so wait. So Boromir dies in Two Towers, but they end
Cats and cats, it's
Boromir
so funny.
movie
Dying
1
in
with
the
Boromir.
Fellowship.
Oh, so they overlap it a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's clever. I actually didn't even realize they did that. I read the books like years ago, like in like high school or
I'm
something.
A big fan of
It's a lot
Tolkien.
bigger.
Really? Yeah. I've also read Children of Hurin.
because my cat's bigger
Sure.
than my dog is.
That's like some
So,
random
that
fucking
one,
Tolkien
and
book.
Is that him?
Yeah.
Is that it's a Tolkien book?
And The
The
Hobbit.
podcast is gonna get really confused.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be like
Sorry.
a dog shit. That's why I put this one recording here, so it's
okay.
so it's
No,
picking up you guys a lot. And
I think this is what people want to listen to.
It's gonna feel like they're submersed in our conversation. Point of view, you are an iPhone on a coffee table.
Yeah.
Or in Ryan's hand, potentially.
Yeah, you're not in
There's
the
two
fucking
mics.
room with us.
Installation idea. Imagine if we played
Really hope
two
the bit rate
audio
matches up.
tracks at the same time, and
In
it's just an
different
empty
ears.
room in the dark where
Can you-
you're at this party.
Can
Yeah.
you set it up so each phone is in a different ear?
that would be fucking terrible. I
Wait,
could,
so-
but that might be funny.
By that logic, we're hearing like, our conversation is coming to us from one ear, and
Yeah,
Maybe.
your
and
conversation
we
is
would
coming
be
to
in
us.
the other
I
ear.
don't-
That's
It
what
would be
drives
louder
people.
in one
That's
ear,
what creates
quieter.
sociopaths.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe
it would
I'd
be
pan them a
louder-
little teeny bit,
it
but
would be
maybe
louder
not
in
fully.
one ear, like me and Theo would be loud in one ear, and
Right.
quiet in
Like
the
you could
other
go to
ear,
different
and the
sides
two
of the
you
room.
Would be opposite in the other ear.
Yeah.
Can we claim the
Like an omni fucking directional
not right or
podcast.
left ear? We gotta claim our ear.
You,
Right ear,
you
right
guys
ear.
could
Well,
pick
I was
We're on
gonna
the right
say
side,
right-
like, it's like-
I was
you guys
gonna
ever
say
were-
right ear, but I
were
wanted to like
surveillance?
let
Yeah,
you.
definitely. I appreciate the
Wait, what?
Surveillance,
In the
which is
hypothetical
like
that we
the,
did this.
the thing, the
Yeah,
bud
I think
that
we
they
should do
put in
this.
their ear to
I-
like
I think
You're
we should just do it. I
only-
think it would be great.
only what everybody on their channel is talking about. Surveillance is it's a I mean it's like it's very common in film now, but like working on set. But like surveillance is like you put a little bud in your ear and all you go click in, go, yeah man, I heard you. Click out.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That would
So
be cool.
You don't hear like all you're hearing is chaos until somebody goes, hey, what are you up to?
I think it would be, yeah, I think eventually as time goes on, maybe we will like develop and upgrade our gear. But I guess just for now, like,
I
This
don't think
works.
you need to.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think we're just chilling as it is. Cause
Well,
like,
I just meant like, do you physically know how to set volumes into?
definitely, yeah. Like
Yeah,
pan them.
equalize
Yeah,
them.
for sure.
Yeah,
That would,
well, so you have the two recordings. You would
It's
just have
true.
to line them up on the thing and then play like, and then it would be just really funny.
Imagine
Yeah.
And then if people are getting confused, they can re-listen to the podcast twice. And
Oh,
just
take
earpiece
one
That
earbud
would be
out
sick,
and
actually.
listen to
at a
the.
time.
Oh,
it's 2 episodes.
Shit, man,
and-
that's cool. Like that's like
That's-
stereo shit.
That's
like,
what I mean.
that would
Like
be
that's like
weird.
if you set the sound up right, because we have the two things and they're like partially distanced enough. Like I think
that would be fucking awesome.
yeah, you knew one
by
conversation in one
default,
ear,
it would
and
be
you
like
can
two-
flip over to the other
2
ear.
to 5 feet quieter in that phone than this phone.
This
Probably,
is some
yeah.
record store day shit. A podcast upgrade to hidden
Oh,
episode.
Empire. What's that movie? Empire.
Midnight
Empire Records?
Empire Records.
No
So,
clue.
You
Amazing movie.
said record store or something, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Rip.
See, you're getting more into
Empire
the math
Records.
of it, right? Where like one headphone has one thing coming in,
louder than
the other headphone has something else
Well,
coming
they both
in.
have the same thing. That's the thing.
Well, but
Oh, but
that's
it's
like,
different
that's
volumes.
like
Yeah.
the chaos,
Perspective of
right?
the
Like
room
if you
and-
put both earbuds in, you hear all of it.
Yeah, and then you would hear half of it better.
You pull
in
one
each
out,
ear.
listen to one side of the conversation, pull the other one out, listen to the other side of the conversation.
I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
picturing it being in a room and having it a
Yeah.
really big room with no headphones, and it's just on a speaker on one side and on a speaker on the other side, so you have to go closer to the audio you want to hear.
Well,
Like
that's
that
what the
exhibition we
effect
saw.
would be essentially too. But that's a
Shit,
That's a,
did you just snap
that's a
your
more big
fingers when you
picture.
Yes.
made your point?
Yeah.
That's a bigger
That was good.
visual of the ear thing that I'm imagining.
I like both. I think it's interesting to think about it as like a headphones experience versus a physical experience. And
Yeah,
the
I
differences
agree.
of that.
Totally.
What's funny too is the sound started in a whole different room than having to run from 2 different sides of a room to listen to it as you just depicted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like we would still be like we're on opposite sides of a room, but if we took this audio, did that whole setup of like making it play through different speakers at the different volumes, and you would be running from like across like a 10-foot empty room, and you'd be like, all right, I hear them talking loud and quiet over here, and
Now
then
we're gonna
now
listen to this
they're-
one.
it's
Yeah,
opposite
man, I mean,
loud and quiet over
that's
here.
that's
and
like
But
walkie-talkies,
it would change
right?
the whole
Dynamic of
Like Ragnarok.
the
yeah,
mood
so
of
it's
it.
like
Yeah.
because we know like what it looked like in the room that we sat in, so then to take that and then also make the sound appear on the different sides of the room that they were coming from when
It'd be
we
like
recorded
splitting
it,
the
but it's a
moment.
whole
Chaos.
different room.
Yeah.
Like that's just a funny experience for someone else to have.
Contemporary
that raises
art.
the tension, right? Imagine if there were holograms on opposite sides of the room too, and it was like a visual split in the scene.
We need to make a hologram podcast.
I need a grant.
We need a grant for a hologram podcast.
Dude,
Give us
I
money
need a
for
fucking
100
grant.
episodes.
I think that
I need a
every
personal
day.
grant.
I'm
We'll
like,
sign
I'm like,
today.
Who do I talk to give me money to just like build my wildest dreams?
I need an eccentric
'Cause-
rich person to like me.
I need to know how to write grants today. I mean,
have
apply
had
for
them. Learn
Right,
these
I don't
accepting
know.
like me, and they
applications
do not
for
see eye to eye with me.
accepting applications for art sugar parents.
If anyone's listening,
Yeah.
just like people that support us and like us and buy our art.
you guys know that if we air this, we have to make this installation, right?
Oh yeah,
All
we
right, well,
have
we all
to.
who's opening their wallets? I gotta see money.
You don't have to open your wallet.
could DIY
You just
this.
have
I'm
to
kidding.
commit to being
we could
DIY.
DIY this.
Yeah. We wouldn't
DIY
really
is the
do it.
only way that you're going to achieve
Oh,
what you
100%.
want to do.
DIY
do
or
it
die.
yourself.
Um,
You know?
But if it's gonna be in an art gallery,
Art galleries.
we need
Good
someone.
point, actually.
We need a
Fuck
rich.
the gallery.
We need a
like,
rich, wealthy son of a gun.
If we made the installation on a micro scale and had a video of it and then pitched it to a gallery, we'd be more likely to get it though. So
Yeah.
if we started,
I don't understand this. What's your fascination with galleries?
The drama.
I want to watch a bunch of people.
What did you say?
the drama.
Yeah, and I want to watch a bunch of people run
Prestige.
from speaker to speaker
Yeah.
for just to listen
But
to
having
a fucking
strangers
silly
access it-
conversation. Like, I just
Yeah.
think it would be really funny.
Why
for
go
people
to a gallery? Why not rent a warehouse?
Depending on the gallery situation, it could be cheaper. Maybe they would pay me even, so that would be a reason. You can also do that at the warehouse though.
The
I
warehouse
see-
would
I
be
know
lit,
that's your
though.
next
You're
point.
You know,
missing-
I used to
you're
work
missing-
at the MFA.
I'm sorry.
I did, yeah.
You're
Complicated.
like, make your art the way you want to make your art. Your landscape is everything is a
gallery.
venue, a gallery, right? Don't
Yeah.
don't try to think about what people are gonna pay you to do.
No, that's not
Like,
what I
just
mean.
fucking-
Free money.
No,
Free
I
money.
understand.
Free money.
The idea.
Nah, you're
the idea
right,
of
you're right,
buying
Yeah.
for
a
sure.
Space on somebody else's dime, like that shit's gone.
Yeah.
You know, that shit went out with Banksy. You know, he's
Interesting.
the best. He's the greatest fucking street artist, right?
Alright, elaborate on that.
You want to
You're
fight me on
familiar
this?
with Banksy,
Sure,
Ryan?
alright, we
I
can
am.
debate.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just like, I'm watching Banksy's face.
No, I'm just curious what you're gonna. I'm not actually trying to fight you right now. I'm just
No.
No, Banksy's cool. We got nothing against
I am very much into the.
Are you Banksy?
No, I'm Dr. Brainwash or whatever the fuck that
Oh my
shit
god.
was. Mr. Brainwash.
Yes.
Oh,
He
jeez.
is an incredible.
Yeah,
his life is an art piece.
Yeah, he's.
That's how I feel
Totally
about
agree.
living sometimes. Especially
Yeah.
because I'm always like stacking and unstacking stuff. Like even when I do have like even once I get myself unpacked when I like have moved places, I always am constantly like, I want to move this piece of furniture like all the way over here instead and reuse it for this instead of that and build a shelf on top of this table instead of keeping it as a table as it was. Like I do weird stuff like that months at a time and I'm just like,
Just put a
the
fucking
art of
elephant
change.
spray painted
You know,
on
like-
top of a table.
No, but it's just one of those things I'm like, the art of change in furniture in a house is like something I
Yeah.
think to myself sometimes. Like it's just like you change like
building your
even when I lived
Right.
in Plymouth for the 2 years, like I rearranged like the construct of my room probably almost like 10 times.
Yeah.
Like every 2
fun
or
to
3
do.
months I was like, my bed needs to be in the other corner. I don't think I like
Yeah,
it over
man,
here.
that's Zen,
my
right?
first couple of
that's
nights even-
very Eastern, Far East ideology.
Well, a
where,
couple I was,
sorry,
I'm
I'll
sorry.
shut up.
I've heard people give that as advice when like getting sober or cleaning up their changing their life in some way. A lot of people recommend changing just like rearranging furniture in your house.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
putting your fucking TV on a different wall.
That makes sense, to
Or
change
like
the
moving
setting.
your desk. Like it could really improve mental health. It's like
Yeah,
a real thing.
yeah,
sense.
it's a thing.
I'm like, that's why I'm still getting by.
Yeah, that's probably
I just-
that's a good
I can't
intuitive
help it. I can't help
just
it.
thing you were trying to do.
Right now.
Oh, he just wants Angel.
Oh, he likes to play with the cat.
He loves her. She is indifferent.
He's a big
She
guy.
likes him, I think, but
Oh, he's a
sometimes
boy.
she's just like, don't talk to me, Polar.
I don't like
His
putting
eyes are
him in
striking.
line, you know
Prepare to love him.
what?
I said his eyes are striking.
They
They're just
are.
big white
It's
eyes.
like the plant. It's like Hoth, right?
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You look into his eyes, all you see is
Space.
No, Planet Hoth, man.
The Planet Hoth. How old is this dog?
He's going on 6.
Oh,
I
cool.
don't know what he's doing.
Sweet
he
guy.
loves Riah like a lot, and
That's awesome.
loves her cat a lot.
He loves the cat. He's going to the other door, so I'm gonna come this way and throw him off.
Oh, he'll be fine. I mean, he's
Oh
not
no,
gonna
I just
eat
like
her.
doing this with him because I think it's fun.
Oh shit! Did I tell you about the fact that like I walked with this to him, and he got like super freaked
Oh,
out.
the bunny?
Yeah, ready?
He's like not sure about it because it's so big. Oh, now he's starting to bite it. He's like, okay, maybe it's a friend.
Is he like afraid of the thing?
Yeah, he's terrified.
My
He's definitely not playing with it the way he plays with his toys. He's like,
for the listeners at home,
We're all watching
this
the dog.
man is antagonizing a large dog
I'm not
with
antagonizing
a
him.
giant
I'm
Easter bunny stuffed animal.
Buddy?
It's a sweet dog and a big pink rabbit.
There's also a cat with
Stop.
thumbs here.
Also, Riah's cat is what would you call that? The situation with Angel's paws.
Polydactyl? Is that what it's called?
they are polydactyl.
They're so cute. They look like
Polydactyl.
mittens.
Polydactyl.
That's a cool word.
Yeah.
Yeah, it means multiple phalanges, extremities,
I love when
fingers,
you-
dactyls, fingers.
Oh, word.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You have hands.
she does. When my mom got her, she picked her up because she's like a little ballerina with her little normal cat back paws, and then she got hand front mitten paws, like a
Yeah.
little ballerina person. She has little shoes.
What a
She
sweetie.
basically has thumbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's almost like she has ballet slipper feet, like by birth, and then hands of a human.
Yeah.
Is how my mom felt about it. But yes, this is what she likes to slink away when I bring her out here to hang out. She just do. She's like, Mom, I can't get down over here. What the fuck? Just packing stuff in the way.
Oh, Polar, don't be an asshole.
Ooh.
Polar.
She says no.
Polar. Hey, she
Not
doesn't
right
wanna
now,
hang out.
please.
Thank you. See, but he's really good.
Yeah.
I have to say, this is one of the funnest episodes we've done in a little while.
That is so true.
This is
Very
a good old time.
chaotic.
Sometimes I
I like it.
worry.
Makes sense.
Yeah, sometimes I worry. Sometimes our episodes have the potential to be a little dry. Like
Yeah.
I worry about that sometimes. I have no idea because it's talking about like art and shit. But this one is fun
What do you
because it's
what do you mean? Like,
dry. Oh, like I don't know. I don't want to like get like in the weeds about. Well, not. I don't mean like. I sometimes I like our episodes, but I don't want it to be like highbrow like
Yeah.
discussing theories.
Yeah.
And, like I guess it isn't totally like that. We talk shit all the time.
That's totally true, yeah.
Yeah, it's not that serious. But
We had an episode where we just went to Dunkin' Donuts.
and just recorded. That was a good episode.
The original
I
Dunkin'
like
Donuts,
that.
or
No,
Yeah.
just chill. We just
Just
were
at
chilling.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Went for a drive,
Yeah.
talked, got coffee and a sandwich, and then drove home. And then that was the episode. It was a
And we
good
just didn't
episode.
talk about art at all. We just ignored the recording.
Well,
I think
you
we
know,
talked about
I mean,
interviewing.
Oh, you know, we
I
might
don't
have
know.
actually.
Die-hard fans of the podcast will know. Shout
I'm
out.
my own diehard fan.
If we have any die-hard fans.
Dude, you guys
fan.
are a fucking band in my mind, right?
Hey,
Like,
yeah.
That's
Hell yeah.
You're making
Yeah.
music. You're making your own music. It doesn't have to be music. It's
Spiritual
it's
music.
energy.
Well,
It's a
you're
performance,
telling
nonetheless.
your story,
In a way,
right?
yeah.
Like
Right.
it doesn't have to be about the thing. I mean, that's like my favorite podcast is My Favorite Murder.
That's a good
Oh, that's
podcast.
good.
I like
And
them.
the first 40 minutes of that is talking about mental health.
They're
Yeah.
great. Yeah,
Yeah.
they just talk for fucking forever. And I sometimes wish they didn't talk about true crime. I wish the podcast was just the first segment.
Yeah, I think
I often
there
think
are some
that.
people that would
It's a
agree
good show.
with you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but,
I like
it's-
true
You
crime
know
too.
the like logic behind Seinfeld, how it's like a show about nothing.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like we're striving to have a podcast about nothing.
Yeah, and it's for me. It's very. I just
I
like
would
to
endorse
document.
that.
If we
Yeah,
do
I'll
that
give
sometimes.
you money if you
Because
want.
like even
I would love
this,
that.
I
That
would
would be
say
great.
this episode has so much value too because like, you know, warehouse art buildings are a really important part of every city's
what do you-
ecosystem.
What do you guys want to? What's your focus?
Just to document just how the world
shit,
is
man.
right now.
I fucking can back that. Like,
Yeah, and this is really cool because it's not like we're talking about. We're not like like this political housing thing about arts. This is just a small like capsule keyhole vision of what was happening in this fucking random building that will probably be a condo in the future, which sucks.
I think to your
this
credit,
is what it is right now.
To both of you, like,
I hope it's not.
You're willing to get into the weeds, like you said earlier.
Yeah, the
like,
weeds. I'll hop
you're like,
in.
well, what the fuck is going on right now? You know, I mean,
Yeah.
that's exploration.
Yeah, like I literally don't know your name, and that's dope. I think that's like.
Neither do I.
You guys all briefly introduced
Like we're just chilling.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
all briefly introduced yourselves when my roommate Craig.
Craig, right? Good to meet you again.
And I came
As I
out being
gestured,
like,
he came
well,
out-
I just listened to like the soundtrack to Apollo 13.
Yeah, I'm very bad
Yeah,
with names.
you guys were like,
so
Names don't
Ryan,
matter,
and everyone
man.
like shared names real quick. I figured I'd give like a big entrance to. This is my roommate Craig.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
yeah.
No, because
My
it's not
flatmate.
about names,
Flatmate.
right?
Yeah.
It's about experiencing
Yeah.
shit. You know,
Yeah.
like.
And having just authentic conversations with people that aren't just like, this is what I make, here's my card, do you need to commission me, whatever.
Fuck yeah.
Because I feel like I've had so many conversations like that, and they're kind of fun. Actually, fun fact, me and Brian apparently met at a market like a million years ago, because I found one of their business cards from like 2017 in my room the other day, but we didn't actually meet
remember
until
meeting.
2020. We
No,
don't
But
remember
we
it.
exchanged business cards.
Yeah.
Networking
That's
doesn't
funny.
matter.
Yeah.
It's
Fucking
like
sucks.
your connection with the person, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I do remember people from markets, but not the majority of them, I think.
if you sought her out, it would be a whole different dynamic. Or if you sought him out, that would be a whole different thing.
But
Right.
we probably were just like, we have
Some-
tables across from each other. Haha, hi.
Some might say that this situation right now is the most effective and best form of networking you could possibly.
I would agree with
Because
that.
if you walk up to
Yeah.
somebody and say, "Hello, I am the fucking blah blah blah. You're my card. Like, hit me up sometime. Like, I'll hit you up. Maybe we can exchange money." Like, you're like, "Fucking shut the fuck up. Get the fuck
Yeah,
away from me.
yeah,
You're
totally.
freaking me out. I don't want to
Yeah.
think about that right now." But like, I don't know. They fucking
But
like
if you're,
we're chilling now
if
and
you're
having a
down
good
to
time.
Talk to me in
Yeah.
my environment. That's what matters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't. Chance encounters are the greatest art that you can make, right?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter if you try to network. What matters is that like when people on the same mindset connect,
Yeah.
you know, and I feel that way about you, and I feel I'm very fortunate to meet the both of you.
Hell yeah.
Us too.
Yeah,
This has been
this is
fun.
great.
Yeah.
This is a fun
Yeah.
time. Wow. What the fuck?
Yeah, this is a magic place.
Yeah.
It is
a
really
very
cool.
magic
Like
place.
to describe it a little bit, this is a big
Oh, yeah, we didn't do
industrial room, I would say, brick
With
wall,
windows like they have
tall
in
ass
France.
ceilings, like fucking like
True,
8
yeah.
foot fucking I mean not
12.
like
12 feet.
yeah, and like huge
From
fucking
floor
tall
to ceiling.
windows. Yeah, and it looks like there's a second floor that looks like you built it or something like
That was here when I
Okay.
moved in, but I
It's new,
I
though,
tried to
so-
improve.
it looks
Some of
really
it is,
nice.
Like the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we got some
Like
it looks
the
like some
platforms
weapon
floating.
collections, some swords and axes and
Oh, those were all handed down.
from
Yeah,
the
there's
studio. They were
The people that lived here before I lived here.
People
Wow.
leave stuff behind. Yeah.
I
They
like
have
that.
cool giant globe lights.
A sword, a
Those are
sword with
neat.
some lineage.
Oh, my buddy actually built that for a music video, and he said, "I don't want to take this with me, so can I leave this here?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, whatever." Like,
That's awesome.
and now that's been like the fucking like. There's so
love
much
it.
behind that axe that I'm it's gone beyond me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
Or
like
the
way
person
over.
that fucking built it.
I'm like, am I missing the axe?
No,
Oh,
you're
take
saying
this with
that
you
at
if
the
you.
wrong-
Never mind. Whatever.
I'm
Fuck
gonna
it.
do it. I'm gonna
No.
bring it.
All right.
We'll have
Cool.
2 mics.
Sitting at the wrong angle. Actually, it's funny. I was gonna say I kind of want to go out for a cigarette. Can we jack one of the mics outside real quick?
This is gonna be a chaotic
We should
episode.
probably go together if we're gonna
Yeah.
keep it on the
Well,
record.
no, because then what you can do is you can.
It
you
would
can-
be
No,
incomprehensible.
what you can do is have like a part in the episode right now where I'm talking right here. where you're
What if
like,
we just-
okay, we're gonna play you the inside conversation followed by the outside conversation. Then when we come back in, splice it back together.
Fuck it, go
That would
for
be
it.
This
really
is
cool,
Riah's
actually.
cigarette break segment that we're about to start.
I have
Okay.
to pee first.
Yeah,
Can
that
I
can
pee
be a
first?
B-side.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, so me and
Yeah.
you are gonna go and do like the quick
That can be like a fans only.
weird. Yeah.
Do
Like,
you want to do it anyway? And while I'm peeing, Ryan can do a monologue.
just
Yeah.
fucking go.
Yeah.
Just
Okay,
do it.
fine.
but
Do
yeah,
it.
battle
All right, go ahead.
axe.
So, post-production Brian here. I don't really know which one I should play first. I think it might be more interesting to give you Riah and Theo. Okay, cool. This is Riah and Theo's cigarette stairwell conversation.
Holy shit!
All right, so am I gonna monologue in the stairwell while you pee?
Sure,
Is
yeah.
this the
I'll
new?
try to be quick.
No, yeah. Take your time. I can tangent.
This is gonna be like the most like edited episode I think we've had, and I think it's gonna be great.
But it's almost not edited.
It'll be like highly artistic though.
All right, so I might sing to you, your viewers in the stairwell,
Where is the bathroom? Right here. Okay. Thank you.
my lady. Okie dokie. So we're going rogue here. Theo is alleviating bladder pressure, and I am in the stairwell of the building. Sometimes, so there's like 4 flights of stairs here, and I do this thing where I'll kind of like double jump down the steps. So I'll do like, I'll skip a step, skip a step, skip a step. And then right now I'm probably at like I'm gonna step down one more. I'm at like the 4th or 5th step, and I like to do this thing. I should say too, for the record, I'm wearing my old Osiris's from middle school with the straight laces. One of them is pink and yellow. That's on my left foot. The other one is maroon, reddish, and purple. But yeah, so I'm going to take these shoes that are on my feet and I'm going to use them to not break my ankles while I jump down the stairs. They could be laced tighter, but I like to jump down the stairs. It's fun. I'm very safe about it. That's my way to get down the stairs quick sometimes when I want to. I'm going to check on Theo now. I believe Theo will be back joining us soon. But yeah, going up and down stairs is it's a good workout. Sometimes it just feels like it takes too long, so if you put a little jump in your step, it's easier to jump down 2 steps at a time than to walk up 2 steps at a time. Some advice I got there. I promised a song and I did not give the song. It's okay. I talked about how I like to jump down the stairs.
Oh, okay.
And I was just like, oh, yeah, I explained it in detail, and I mentioned that I was wearing Osiris's so
Okay.
that I wouldn't break my ankles, because I like to do this. And then sometimes I get to like this step, and I'm like, yeah!
Those sneakers are so awesome.
Oh,
We talked about them before we started recording.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I was like, oh, I should cue everyone into like what my footwear is right now while I'm jumping down the stairs, because since they are
Yeah.
like skateboarding shoes, it's like totally better for my shins to jump on concrete in Osiris's than like
That makes
most
sense.
other shoes that I own, I think.
I'm wearing sandals, so I'm not gonna jump.
Yeah,
I also don't trust my agility, so.
yeah, it's definitely a thing. I always like jumping downstairs.
That sounds
As
super
a
fun.
kid, I had a dream.
I had a dream.
Sure, it was a dream. I don't think it was real. I jumped down the stairs, and I jumped down like half of the flight of stairs, like 6 whole steps.
That's sick.
As like a 7-year-old, but I don't think I really did that.
I have a bunch of memories from being 7 that definitely can't be real. Like, there's this one kid that was in my CCD class, according to my memory, and he had like an earring and a mustache, but he was like definitely 7. So I don't think that's real. I think that was just my
Do you
memory.
think like your brain might have been visualizing that person as an adult?
Probably, because I just thought he was really cool.
Yeah.
So I was like, you look like a greaser in my mind for some reason.
Yeah, maybe you were like, this guy doesn't have a mustache yet, but he will someday.
Yeah.
So you just like
Like
envisioned
leather
it.
jacket, white t-shirt. Yeah.
Like
But he was definitely like 7 and probably looked like a 7-year-old.
I feel like there's people that, like, you meet them at certain ages and you still see them in, like, different ages of their life. Like, even if they're a kid, it's like, yeah, well, that person's actually, like, gonna be 40 in their heart for their whole life.
Yeah.
Like, they have the heart of a 40-year-old.
That's so interesting.
It's like people being young at heart. Like, I mean, obviously, like, everyone ages and everyone grows, but I feel like there's still, like, some people just have, like, a certain, like, not everyone.
Like, their,
but,
like, mental age.
Yeah.
There was a study that so I learned about this in a class like 4 years ago, so I don't know how much I'm remembering it correctly right now, but I'm pretty sure there was a study done on older people, and they were like surveyed the people in like retirement homes and hospice, and surveyed and asked how old they felt, and the majority of them said like 25, which I think is really interesting because a lot of them were like 50 years older than that. So
I like that 25 is like seemingly I don't feel like my brain has changed that much since I was 25.
Yeah, like I've been the
that's what it
same
feels
person.
like hearing, like, and that almost shows a lot too with the fact that they say your brain doesn't fully develop until you're like between 21 and 25. You know, to like say like to have people in these homes saying like, oh, I still feel 25. I still feel 25. Like, oh, well, that almost says something for science.
Yeah, it's also really comforting as someone who's like going to be 25 very soon. That I'm like, I'm gonna be chill from here on out. Probably figure. When I figure my
I'm like,
shit out.
so are you telling me that like I might be close to figuring myself and shit out for a little bit, or no? Yeah, no, no one ever really figures themselves out, but I always feel more normal. Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with things like
normalcy is on the edge.
Yeah, as long as if I'm working through stuff and that stuff, or like I'm developing in the future, that's good, and I feel like that should happen. But I just want to be like chill at the same time.
Yeah.
Like not chaos mode all the time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like there's just definitely, like, as we're in, like, a stage where we're, like, not sure where we want to be, where we want to go, the opportunities are endless. It's, like...
Which is cool.
You get, like, that indecisiveness feeling, so it's, like, fair to not be able to have it figured out and, like, know and, like, feel the crazies all the time, no matter what situation you're in, whether, like, you go to school, you don't go to school, whatever, any of that. There's still this, like, but I'm just not really sure if any of this is right. Like, and, like... For me, that's why I, like, didn't go to college, because I'm like, I don't want to choose to do something and then feel like I wasted my time later by not doing it when I could just be supporting myself at least.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Because I would hate to go to school for something, even though, like, yeah, it's good to have, like, certain things in your back pockets and whatever. It would suck to, like, say I was like, oh, I want to be an architect, you know? And, like, sometimes I do. Some days, like, I do really want to be an architect. But, like, say I go to school for 8 years doing that, I'm, like,
by the time
a year
you're there,
away from graduating, and then I decide, oh, wait, I actually wanted to be a physical therapist.
Yep, yeah.
Or art therapist, or, like, anything. You know what I mean? Or geologist. It's like, oh, but I spent all of that time learning something else, and now I'm going to be stuck in that. So until I have, like, a better understanding of, like, what is the thing,
that's super wise, I think, honestly.
I just feel too anxious about, like, picking a thing, because I'm like,
I also feel like if you wait longer, you'll get more out of school when you do go. Because, like, if you go knowing why you're going...
Like, I could have gone to school and then I would have probably, met a bunch of, like, dorks and partied. Like,
yeah, probably.
Made a bunch of really bad decisions that I also probably have already made bad decisions even not going to college. I made the same decisions regardless. Like,
but you don't have, like, scholarships riding on it, like, a ton of stress and whatever. You can take things
and
as
it's
they come.
like,
That makes sense. I went to community college for a while. I went to Quincy College, and then I went to Leslie for a couple semesters, then I ended up leaving because I was, like, a little bit overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But it was also, like, right before COVID, so it was supposed to be, like, a semester, and then it became, like, until now. But it's kind of nice because it's given me time to do other stuff.
Yeah, focus on different aspects of life.
Yeah, because that's another thing, is, like, I feel like school takes up so much of your time if you're trying to do it correctly, like, putting all of your attention in your classes, studying, having, like, as many classes as you can, with work, whatever.
And then depending on your living situation, and...
Yeah, so it can be all-consuming at a time when sometimes I feel like you should be developing your own interests.
Yeah.
But you can also do that through college. Like, there are things that I think I got out of it that were cool.
Some people definitely, like, I feel like have, like, epiphanies about, like, things that they're into in college and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's definitely, like, a big... I feel like a thing that adults tell stories about is, I realized I was really into this when I was in college. Like, sometimes it is good to go and, like, go for things that you're not sure about, because it'll tell you, like, my mom says this to me all the time, you'll know what you do want to do by doing the things that you don't want to do and figuring out that. True. But I'm like, yeah, but I could do that in so many different ways.
Exactly, that's the thing. Because it's just so expensive. It's like, it is a good experience, and I feel like it should be more accessible. If college was free, I'd
probably have signed up.
Hell yeah.
And I mean, I would get, I think, like, help going to college if I was to go, like, given my circumstances, but it's still one of those things that I'm like,
It's still
but I don't really
expensive.
know, and I don't want to, like, waste, like, even, like, other people's money that somehow would trickle through the bureaucratic system. I always have a hard time saying bureaucracy or bureaucratic when I try to, like, reconjugate them. I always fuck it up. But yeah,
get what
the
you mean.
bureaucratic system, like, I'm like, I don't know, it's like, I'm just like, there's other people that, like, know what they want to go for, so, like, they should take whatever money they can get to go for, and when I figure it out, maybe I can still do that, and maybe I can't, whatever, but if I want to go for something and I figure it out, I'll find a way, like, when
and
the
other
time
thing
comes.
is, there's
like,
a lot of stuff that you can just learn outside of the school system too that is just as, or if not more complicated, and will make you just as much, if not more money.
well, and sometimes, like, I mean, a big thing I've heard too is, like, a lot of the whole thing when it comes to, like, tuitions and scholarships, it's not even really necessarily about, like, the level of education you're getting. It's a lot of it is really just the connections that they set you up with.
Yeah.
You know, like, certain schools, like, a lot of their graduation classes go to, like, start working here, X, Y, and Z, whatever big corporations, because those people are funding the schools to get those people out of them in a way. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Like, it's like a weird, like, and they set you up with certain people in the fields that you're looking for because they know these people because these people work with the schools and whatever. Like, there's a lot of that going on that we don't even, I feel like, realize or take into consideration a lot, is that it's like, your tuition is being covered by corporations that want to hire you later on, and that's kind of where you get your connections from, is paying for those connections. Like, I've heard people say, like, I went to Yale or whatever, but so these people know about me from graduating because it's almost like when people do fucking sports, when they go to college for sports, you know, people get sent out from the colleges to watch the kids play the games and scout them. Colleges are pretty much just giant scouting rings, I feel like, in a lot of ways, that it's like, if you have the money to go and be at the places, you'll meet the right people, and then they'll give you the opportunities because you were able to spend $100 billion to be there. But they're not going to go to the community college to find you. They're going to go to, if they're looking at you for music, they're going to go to fucking Berkeley. They're not going to go to this small school that you went to, like, unless, like, you're able to make it to Berkeley from doing those other small courses. Like,
backdoor
it's all
your way into the next one.
Yeah, it's all, like,
which is a really good
it's
way
all
to do
hopping
it.
into the rings, though, of like elitism.
And the other thing too is, like, if you are leveraging that as a person that, like, knows this is what they want to do and they need this money, even they're coming from a different background, and you backdoor your way in and do it, you can totally get a really good job that way. But if you are doing it,
you could also meet these people and not get along with any of the people at these organizations,
or not know that they're
going to
help you. If you're like 18 or 19 or whatever, and you're going into school and you're just, like, trying to discover yourself, and then these people meet you and they think that you're, like, a kid and you don't know what's going on, or you're getting bad grades because you're not taking it seriously, or you're just doing it because it's the next thing, I feel like you can lose a lot of the opportunities you're paying for without even knowing that. Which is
throwing them away when you're not,
without being, like, old enough or mature enough to, like, understand that's what you're doing. So I feel like going late is honestly probably the best way to do it, especially if it's a huge expense. If you're young and you're rich and you can go back, like, good for you, fucking do it. That sounds awesome.
Make a fool of yourself and then return.
Do whatever. Be free. But if you're taking out loans or something, or it's going to be something you have to pay back for sure, and it'll be very hard to do for a long time, you should do it correctly. Because I feel like that's why I left school, so that I can hopefully finish it with more wisdom than I was doing it when I was there. Among many reasons.
I guess my whole thing is I'm looking to go into it with more wisdom. I was like, I need to experience the world a little more first, and just, like, whatever, I'll make this little, if it's a mistake that I didn't go soon enough, and if it, whatever, it is what it is. I don't regret it. I don't know, I felt like learned a lot of important things, like, by not going to school.
I think doing gig work
a lot
and,
of
like,
important people. Like, there's a lot of things that I probably wouldn't have to this day if I did go to college instead. You know? And it's like there's a lot of things that I really, like, wouldn't want to give up, and that I have had in the past couple of years. There's plenty of things that I would love to just fucking throw in the, like, eternal garbage pit and have burned forever.
That's true of everyone, though.
But I was like, like, those things might not have happened if I did go to college, but there's also a bunch of wonderful experiences that I have claimed in my life by not
that you wouldn't have had if you did.
Bullshit that everyone else kind of just societally feels the pressure to need to do.
That's true. I feel like something that's so difficult to kind of step into and accept is that if you just decide what your goals are and patchwork a way to get there instead of doing the conventional route, it's totally fine, if not better. Like, it's literally better for a lot of people.
Things will go and happen for a reason, as they do.
And it sounds like that's a radical thought, but Well, I mean, I guess it is a radical thought. It takes a long time for that to occur to you. Or to me.
No, I mean, I even heard recently this thing on the radio. It wasn't that recent. It was probably like a year and a half ago now. It was definitely before COVID times that I heard this on the radio.
Yeah.
This guy, this radio DJ, whoever he was, sorry, can't plug him, don't remember who he was. No one listens to the radio anyways.
True.
But this guy was talking about how when you apply places, that a lot of the time, even if whatever you went to college for was bullshit, it looks better on a record to say you've gone to college than to not, because you're showing that you're willing to do it, be in a cog in the machine, pretty much. Like,
that's actually,
that you're willing to conform. That's what a lot of it has to do with. That's a big thing that college is a statement of, is that you are willing to do whatever anyone else wants you to do and to conform to the things that make you look like a better candidate for things, essentially. Like, it's turned into that kind of thing that a lot of people, they will, like, even if like your college has nothing to do with what you're applying for, and say someone else is applying, like they'll still potentially lean towards someone who at least went to college, because they tried to throw money into society, they tried to be a part of society, even if they didn't finish it. But it's like, I don't know, it's like you get a lot of there's like a weird stigma about not going to college, where it's like, well, maybe they're not as responsible or reliable as the people that have, you know? And it's like, no.
Yeah.
You know, like, that doesn't, no. Some people just literally, like, they could be just as good of a candidate, but maybe they didn't go to college, you know? Maybe they weren't able to, whatever their experience in life is. Like, that doesn't mean they're not going to be a good employee at your Stop and Shop.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it's like for jobs as simple as stuff like that, you know what I mean? They're like, oh, you're not going to conform to the way that society wants you to exist? Well, we might not want you to work here. Like, it's like, that was pretty much what the guy was explaining. And, like, he seemed to think it was acceptable, I think. I vaguely remember, and I was just like...
Because it makes you a more malleable employee if you're successful at that stuff.
Yeah.
But... I mean,
if you're willing to just, like, whatever they need you for, you know? And not necessarily, it doesn't mean that, like, if you went to college, you'll bend your back backwards for a corporation or any job.
But you can like, meet these goals that are given to you at whatever expense.
But they're like, oh, they were expected to go to college because society expected them to, and they went, good. That means we can expect them to stock our shelves and be here.
Yeah.
And not take 12 days off in a row for no explained reason. You know, it's just like, it looks good. It's
easier for
having
them to
a resume, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, but the people that don't end up going are the people that are often, like, I don't think this is true of everybody. There are people that go to school, obviously, that have this ability too, but it makes you more resourceful, because by figuring out a path that works for you specifically and your mental health and the way that you operate, that isn't just like a cookie cutter thing. It's customized to how you're most effective. Yeah. Maybe you'll have like a couple of years where you're figuring that out and it looks bad on paper, but those kids are going to graduate and have to do that later.
Yeah.
And other people already have that advantage because they've had the time to figure out what works.
Yeah, and I feel like it is becoming a little more accepted too, of people like taking their own mental health into consideration before jumping into like colleges and stuff like that. Like I feel like definitely like there is in our generation a lot less pressure on that, because people are seeing things like, oh, well, this guy made $1 billion and he dropped out and invented this and that, and you know, like, I don't know, it's funny. It's a funny world.
It's so cool too. Like, I remember all of these decisions used to seem like life ending, and it's just so funny that like everybody that went to school and everybody that didn't go to school, like coming back to Plymouth and living there again, it like didn't matter as much as I thought it would. Everybody's just on their own trajectory doing like whatever, and it's not like the people that went to one school never talk to the rest of the people again.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's funny seeing how people's different paths work out for them and what does and what doesn't, because I don't know. It seemed as simple as like if you got into this private school or whatever when we were like 17 or 18, it's like you're fucking set. Yeah, it's like it's not that.
Oh, you're going to Harvard for law? You're gonna be a lawyer in the big court systems. But yeah, speaking of paths, let's rejoin our path with Brian and Craig.
This is gonna be such a fun format. I think we've been recording for like an hour and a half total, because this one's an hour.
Yeah, so it's going to be funny. You guys are going to have to, like, go back in and, like... and everyone's going to hear... I'm not sure if you're keeping in probably the parts of us being like, yeah, so we're going to... da-da-da-da. What if you...
No, I think we will.
I think that would be funny.
We try not to take out anything if we can avoid it. Yeah. Because it's better if it's just, like, a flow.
Yeah. Well, because then if, like, someone references something that you had to maybe cut out, like, it would be really confusing, so...
That's true. And it's fun just to have the, like, unfiltered experience. It's like socializing ASMR.
bathroom open, and then I'll join you guys back in there. If you
Sounds
if you
good.
wanna-
All right, I'll
Yeah.
join the
Yeah.
fray.
Yes, yeah.
Here we go.
I work with Miranda July. I don't know if you know her.
Not familiar, no.
Hello.
Hey, is the recording still going?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. I was worried your phone would die.
Oh, actually, I'm at 12%. We're
That's
good
okay.
for now.
Fuck it. And now we're cutting back to what happened when Brian, me, and Craig stayed in the room. Who knows? What did we talk about? Find out now. Okay. Shit. Damn.
So you,
So we're chilling. So
All right.
this is a good opportunity to talk about maybe what you actually do, because we've kind of alluded to it a few times, but you make videos professionally, or in a technical sense. I don't know. Do you want to talk about that at all, or?
I mean, I don't think anybody wants to hear about this shit. But
Dude, I think people really
I'm
like
happy
niche stuff.
to tell you.
Yeah, and I would love to.
Give
to hear.
me a question.
Okay. Are you a film fanatic? You fucking love movies and films and film history.
I'm a filmmaker.
You're a filmmaker. Okay, yeah, and
I don't have to be a fanatic.
Okay, got it.
I like music more, but I like the way that things can.
So are you saying like maybe film is like your job? Like
yeah.
So your day job is making film.
My day job is correcting shit that people fucked up on set shooting. You know, I've like my whole job now is just like rotoscoping. Like, oh, well, this didn't come out the way we wanted it to.
I definitely think people would be interested in shop talk about that. Like, so is it? Are you able to talk about like what specifically kind of shit you work on, or like any specific projects?
I can't talk about the companies that I work for.
Okay,
but I can
okay.
get into like what we did.
I'd love that. That'd be really cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck
okay.
yeah, dude.
Cool. All right. So throw a question at me.
So do you work 40 hours doing this shit?
80 hours.
You work fucking 80 hours doing this shit. So what does a day look like for you on like a Monday morning or whenever you're going to work? You
when I wake up at noon and sit at my computer and try and all right, so the best example without like being an asshole is like, you know how they were animating the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park? Like,
Okay.
that's a shit. Like, I have to like, what they shot doesn't work out for what they wanted, and I have to like kind of tweak it.
So, and you're talking about rotoscoping.
In editing. Yeah.
What is rotoscoping?
Rotoscoping is taking something that was in what you shot and mimicking it in like a virtual world.
Hold on, can you say that again? I'm sorry, I just fucking
I'm just gonna
fucking.
okay, I'm gonna give you an example.
Okay.
When I worked for, see, this is where I like NDAs are just
Right. Yeah. So you're working
no,
for
I
this
don't give a
company.
shit. Man,
Okay, yeah.
When I worked for Bose, they
Okay.
gave me a commercial that they had shot, and then they went back and like kind of redesigned the product. And so my job was to look at the footage that they had already shot, and then rotoscope in the new version of the product. So what they shot was not.
It was just some random product.
Yeah, it was like half the size of what they wanted, and then it got reinvented. And
So I'm curious too that so you're working for these fucking just shitty fucking companies filming like grueling things that you don't want to be shooting or editing. Is that what you like? Is that because I'm sure it pays your bills? It's probably a nice job to have. I didn't mean to call what you did shitty. I feel like
it's shitty.
Okay, cool.
It's shitty. Oh no, we're on the same page.
Gotcha. Okay, so how did you like? Where did you start? Like, did you stumble upon having this skill set, or did you like? Were you once
I
film?
was a pretty good editor when I lived in LA. And
How old were you living in LA?
19. Maybe.
So when did you? So and you grew up in Plimpton.
Yeah.
So what did you look like? What the fuck brought 19-year-old you to LA from Plimpton? Was it movies?
Yeah.
So you were going there to make
no, music videos.
Oh,
I was
to shoot
really
music
into
videos.
music and music videos.
Wow.
And that brought me out to LA.
So what the hell what did that look like, that move? Like, you were living in Plimpton, you probably graduated high school or left school or something.
Probably is a good.
Right.
That's a good.
So
term.
you're out of school, you're 19, and you're like, "Fuck, man, I'm going to LA, shooting music videos."
Well, it was that or join the army. You know, at that time in my life, it was like most of my graduating class signed up.
And what fucking year was this?
2005.
Oh fuck yeah! So that was like that was a pretty
2000
heated time for the Iraq War and the Afghanistan
Right.
shit.
So that's
wow.
a big thing that affects me is, you know, I bought into after 9/11.
Yeah.
It was a whole thing about being like, well, you should be a patriot, you should do
Right.
this thing. And I was
Very
like,
nationalistic
there's no
time.
fucking way that like Iraq is gonna send nuclear missiles to our. And I had a bunch of friends that disagreed and said, well, we gotta sign up. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to do that. And so I went to school and then went out to LA to just be like, well, what the fuck is how do we, it's not propaganda, like how do we tell the story of our nation in a not shitty way?
Right. Was there any?
I was more into music.
Yeah.
So I was into Anti-Flag,
Yeah.
religion, and I was like, well,
I could see how you went down that path. Was there any social fallout when you decided not to join the military and instead you went to school and went to LA? Like, were your friends kind of like wishing you had?
I think they're very much the same thing.
Which
like-
is what?
Which is like nobody gave me shit for not signing up.
Yeah.
People gave me shit for going out to LA for sure.
Was that like, that's a terrible decision, don't go to LA or
No,
something?
I don't think it was that. I think it was like, well, what are you trying to do? Because in that time period, everybody was very focused on like, how do we save face? I mean, like, I'm graduating in like 2000, 2003. Like, we got bombed.
That's fucking
Pearl
serious
Harbor
shit.
2.0.
Right.
And
Wow.
and my thing was like, well, no, dude, you cannot blame that shit on any other country. Like, I don't want to go to war again.
Yeah.
I want to explain how we ended up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched videos of people jumping out of the fucking Twin Towers and slamming on, like
Yeah,
on
that
the
must-
ground. Like, it's rough, man. But
What did that day look like? What did 9/11 look like for you? What were you doing?
I was in high school.
Yeah.
And two girls that were very popular were like, I don't know where the Twin Towers are. Is that in Africa or something? And I was like, fuck you. Like,
Wow.
you don't understand. And then I went home and watched us bomb Iraq. And I was sitting there being like, yeah, I don't know if this is okay.
Geez, so how was your family reacting, or like teachers?
Well, I come from a very military family.
Conservative.
No, not
just military.
Just like, like,
Support our troops.
Well, see, that's the tough thing.
Yellow ribbon on the telephone pole. That was
Dude,
a thing
I had
at that time, right?
bars on the fucking window.
Bars?
Oh, well, when you lose somebody, they like, you put bars up.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Did you have family in the military that
Oh,
you
yeah.
lost?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm sorry to hear that. Were they like siblings or your? We don't have to get into it if you don't.
No,
want to.
no.
Oh, okay,
I'm,
for sure.
I'm totally willing to talk about
Gotcha.
this.
And that
I
was
mean,
during Afghanistan?
Yeah, it was. I grew up living in the shadow of the Iraq War.
Yeah.
Which all of my
Childhood through the mid and late 90s, right?
right
Desert Storm shit.
and then we get hit with something like the Twin Towers falling down, and it's like, and I went, oh shit, man, I don't know if this is weird.
Yeah.
This feels a little calculated because it's like both of my grandfathers were at Pearl Harbor, which is that in itself is like
Your grandparents were both in Hawaii at Pearl Harbor.
on different ends of.
Did they know each other?
No.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
So was your grandfather or both your grandparents in the military, or were they just on the side?
Yeah. I mean, I come from a very military family.
Wow. So what did Pearl Harbor look like for them? Have they told you the story at all, or?
I only ever got ever got one real true story from my mom's dad.
Yeah.
My grandfather, but he didn't even It's not about Pearl Harbor. It's about the shit that came after it, and so he dropped in Market Garden, which is like the biggest.
What is Market Garden?
Market Garden is like, so they did D-Day, right?
Okay.
And everybody.
World War II D-Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Market Garden was the biggest aerial offensive, bigger than D-Day.
For Japan, against.
No. Holland.
Attack on Holland?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry.
They dropped everybody behind the lines.
Okay.
Which was the plan for D-Day.
Right.
And so I had people in my life that dropped in on D-Day and
Paratroopers.
You
said that.
right?
Okay,
Yeah.
right. Oh, wow.
So Market Basket was like, it was the biggest. It was bigger than D-Day.
Fuck. I've never heard of this.
101st fucking 82nd Airborne. I've been thinking about 82nd Airborne as being a good name for a band.
That would be a cool name for a band. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the people I know, my family.
Yeah.
They were all part of 82nd. Like, it was like a legacy. Like, our grandfather dropped in
To Market Basket.
and then my uncle joined the regiment and then dropped in like Korea.
Whoa.
You know, so it's in Vietnam. Like,
so was your father went to?
No, my grandfather's.
Okay, cool. Did your and so was there also pressure from your family to join as well?
No,
they were like whatever.
They were hippies.
Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah, that'll fucking do it.
Yeah, they understood the impact of going to war, but
yeah,
my grandfather, my uncle, who I consider my brother, like, you know, he lost his eye.
Oh wow.
In shit, and we used to hang out and talk, and I'd be like, "What the fuck? Why are you even fucking doing this?" And you'd be like, "Well, no, because this is the way it should go." And I would be like, "I don't know that."
Yeah, war is a fucking crazy fucking thing. So it's pretty fucking. It's really interesting to hear about your background and that, and like, so it's you know what I'm interested in too, because as we discussed earlier, our age difference. I was born in 1995, so I was very, very young when 9/11 happened, and I remember it because I was very young. I was literally in kindergarten, and so for me that was one of my first like really serious memories. Not that it was like traumatic because I didn't actually understand the significance of the towers falling as a fucking little kid, but it's interesting to hear you, 10 years older than me, just about, how the Iraq War colored your childhood through the 90s. Because you were like a kid in the 90s, graduating from high school in 2005, you said? Okay, yeah. So it's interesting to hear about, because you were there for like the whole fucking chapter before I existed. You know, so what was that like? Like, were you like, was it just kind of chatter in the background in the news that you weren't, because you were probably just a kid living your life and shit?
I was very big into Rage Against the Machine.
Okay,
so
and that was probably a pretty powerful time for.
I was like, fuck this shit.
Fuck cops. Fuck the government.
Yeah.
Fuck war.
I mean, like, personal experience wise, I used to go to a skate park in Plymouth. And
oh fuck yeah, the Plymouth, the prefab, and right in the center. Yep. Okay, cool.
And I used to hang out there with people that were like, "Oh well, if we got dropped in, it would be different." So like,
If the Americans got dropped in?
no, just them as people.
Oh, these skate park
Like,
dudes.
if we were paratroopers in that time,
and
it would have gone different. And I was like, that's bullshit, man.
oh, they were saying if I was back in World War II,
Yeah,
I would have fucked those
it's weird.
the Jerrys up.
Yeah, fuck those Jerrys up.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's
what? There's no statement nationalistic than that.
saying if I was born back in fucking 1936.
Yeah.
Or probably actually
man
earlier
at a
than that.
time, right? Like, we all felt that we didn't. We were not meant to fight anything. We were people at a time. We were just trying to do what we're trying to do, you know, and then it became very like real. Like, I had friends that didn't graduate from high school that went off to get blown up,
Yeah.
essentially, you know. And there's only a few that came back.
Yeah.
Now, that shit, like, eats away at you.
Right. Yeah, that sounds really difficult. How, I guess, yeah, that's fucking dark. Was it mostly, like, I know there's a lot of talk about, like, IEDs and, like, roadside shit. That was, like, a really big...
when somebody dies, you don't ask.
You don't ask, of
Yeah.
course, yeah.
It's just, you lost your buddy,
Yeah.
you know.
Wow. Were your friends back then also interested in music videos and film? Or was that more of a personal interest?
I mean, we all love music, you know.
Yeah. So were you also like maybe shooting skate videos and shit?
Yes.
That's sick at the old Plymouth Park.
Yeah,
Have you seen
man.
what it looks
Dude,
like right now?
I fucking hated that skate park because it was on a slant.
Yeah,
I've
kinda
heard
still
that
is.
they've like
It's totally
made it
gutted.
better.
It's
Yeah,
a totally
yeah.
different park. Do you know about the DIY skate park over? There's the second one that was like a tennis court or a basketball court that somebody built ramps at.
You're talking about the one in Kingston, or
No, there's two in Plymouth. There's one in North Plymouth and one really close to the center where the old one was.
Oh shit! I
So
mean,
now there's two.
I haven't gone back to that in a while.
Right, yeah.
You know, I don't know. Tell me. 'Cause
Oh,
I
yeah.
Still, I still skate.
You still skate?
You know,
I skate pretty often.
My sister skates.
Oh, that's cool.
Like we have a good time.
How old is your sister?
Hold on, I have to do
Is she
ma-
close?
I have to
She's
do
your age,
math.
or
Hold on, I'm 34.
yeah?
So she's she's turning 30.
Cool, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I skate because Theo lives in Plymouth now. I'll hit that skate park every once in a while, but a lot of the times there's a few parks in Boston that I skate. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Just exercise.
Where have you gone?
Do you know Lynch Family Skate Park? It's like it's technically in Cambridge, but it's like the Boston skate park. It's
You
right
talking about the fucking
under the bridge
pump
one.
track? Or-
No, I do skate there though. That's a good one. The pump
Yeah.
track. That's pretty close to where I'm living at the present time, in Brighton.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a cool,
cool.
It's a cool park. I'll stop in there every once in a while, but I'm interested too to bring it back. We don't have to keep talking about like darkness and war
Oh,
and
whatever.
stuff, but like,
I love it. I love getting
Yeah.
dark.
yeah, for sure.
All I can say is what I've experienced. So
Yeah, I'm interested to talk about your time in Los Angeles. So, 19, wartime, just graduated. You're in LA. What you got off the plane? Or did you drive?
Oh well,
Did you take a plane?
we did.
So stepping out of the LAX or the fucking airport, what was it? Was it game on? Just like, let's make some shit and get in front of the right people, or?
Well, I was trying to like be a little bit of a thorn in the side,
Oh, okay.
and I realized that like I can't do that.
It's a big fucking system.
Yeah, it's
Gotcha.
a big fucking. I worked on my favorite fucking job I ever did was a really, really dumb action movie, but they put me in the helicopter
Oh, yeah?
to like follow the cars and shit, and it was like a chase movie, and I was like, okay, well, I did that.
Yeah.
You know,
Where-
that's cool.
Did this movie come out?
Yeah, it was. It's really dumb. Oh shit, I can't remember the name of it. Whatever, it doesn't matter. The shit that I liked about living in LA was doing like the small movies.
Indie films.
I worked with Miranda July. I don't know if you know her.
Not familiar, no. Hey,
Oh.
did the recording still going?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. I was worried your phone would die.
Oh, actually, I'm at 12%.
That's okay. Fuck it. That's so cool. We were just talking about.
Yeah, we're talking about movie making.
Well, Craig moved to Los Angeles when he was 19 and was living out there, working on indie films and
awesome.
music videos and the like. And we were just talking about somebody you were working with. Okay, guys, and now Riah and Theo are back. The timeline is now back to the same intersecting point, back on schedule, good to go, on with the show. With
Yeah,
indie films.
do you know Miranda July? Have you ever heard of...
Is she a director or an actor?
She's a director.
Director. I'm actually not familiar. I'm definitely not super...
That's like fucking art scene. Like,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's a royalty
my favorite
name.
was that I gave her a hug at the end of production.
Oh, wow.
And she went, "You have a booger hanging out."
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
Wait, so what did you do with? You guys might have covered this already, but for my benefit, like, what did you do working in the movie set? Like, what when you
Well, I
said
What was your
still
job?
work in movies.
What is your?
Oh,
specific
back
skill
in
set?
oh yeah. So what do you actually? Yeah. What would you call your job? I guess cameraman,
Making art.
making
Nice,
art.
that's
Gotcha.
cool.
So do you? So what? And when how long did you stay in LA? At this
Too
point,
long.
Too long. And because now you're living as an artist in an art building back on the East Coast in Boston.
Yeah.
So like I guess
I don't understand. What's the question?
I guess I'm just interested in like when you, because I don't know, actually I was talking about in between then and now. That's a pretty big block.
Yeah. I got way more into music than I
Cool.
got into filmmaking. You know, like, and also there's a great guy across the hall from us that used to do like the animatronics on like big movies and stuff. And
Wow.
so him and I like kind of connected
Cool.
in the way of like, well, we just want to make something cool.
Yeah.
And so I've started going away from film, you know. I've started going away from movies because I'm like, well, the only true art is to make your art,
Yeah.
right? Like,
That's
and
awesome.
yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know where the shift came from. Well, that's where I was talking. Like when we first started talking, like I want to compose.
Yeah.
I want to make the soundtrack, you know?
Mm.
Like, it's pretty wild. Like, I understand how all of this works
Yeah.
in visual aesthetics,
Yeah.
but, you know, that doesn't speak to me
Right.
that way, the way that I thought it would.
Yeah.
Interesting. Fuck. Honestly, I think this has been a cool conversation. This has been a really interesting sidebar we've had up here.
We had a pretty good
How?
talk, too.
What the
Like
fuck did you guys do?
college.
We were.
I talked about how I like to jump down the stairs, and I
We
talked
talked
about
about
my
shoes,
shoes
yeah.
being good for jumping down the stairs because they're those thick ass Osiris's.
Yeah.
You know,
Old
and I
skate
talked about
shoes.
my shoelaces in detail.
Wait, are you wearing Osiris's
Oh
now?
fuck!
I was admiring them
Dude, that
outside.
was my
They're like
skate- that was
practically
my skate
antiques.
shoe for so long.
I have the Lucky 13 ones too, and they have checker print lacing because that was my thing.
That's awesome.
I loved fucking with the laces, and I loved thick skate shoes because they felt good on my ankles.
Yeah, I just want a thing that felt comfortable
Yeah.
doing a kickflip.
Well, I haven't
Yeah.
worn these in years, and like now wearing them again, like
Really?
really good
Oh,
for
shit.
long drives.
Oh,
that's
Really
cool.
good. Yeah, my ankles started feeling really good within like, the first day I wore them for my like 2-hour commute.
Nice.
Yeah, like if you're
Like
if you're like in a comfort zone, and you can kind of ride that out like
It's that
that.
ankle
That's
support.
better than, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I totally fucking get that.
I switched.
I'm a
feet
big
on drive.
snowboarder,
Yeah.
so I
Drive with my
understand
left
like
foot.
when you go
I feel like I
inverted,
would get confused.
Oh yeah.
like you still gotta land.
Mindfulness is the key.
Yeah, there
That
you
when
go.
you're doing it, you have to continually be mindful that you're driving with your left foot.
Mm.
I'm gonna
What?
get
Wait,
arrested.
what
do
the
you
fuck?
mean?
You drive with your left foot? Wait, do you really?
When my right ankle gets achy and tired.
Oh.
And
Well, that
feel
seems
strained.
okay. Do you do
I
that like on the
drive-
highway?
Yeah,
That seems fine to me.
do it all the
Fuck
time.
it.
I do it whenever my ankle hurts.
Basically cruise control.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's not like the brake and the gas switch when you switch. They stay in the exact same. No, people have asked me like, but what if you mistake the gas for? I'm like, but that wouldn't make. I'd have to be stupid. I would literally have
That
to
would
be
definitely
wicked
happen to
stupid.
me. If I tried to do that, that would definitely
The reason that it's hard
Yeah,
for me is the muscle
no,
memory
no,
like,
is different.
clutch versus the gas.
The brake
Yeah.
is still the brake, and the gas is still the gas. Just because you're using your left foot and not your right foot does not mean that if you go to press the gas, it's gonna be the brake suddenly.
But
the
you know
brake
when
is
you're,
still
like-
gonna be in the same spot.
But do you ever have an experience where you're trying to do something like in the mirror and you forget how your body works, like the
Yeah.
wrong side? I feel like that would happen.
I
It'd
mean,
be like mirror feeling.
yeah, I guess again, mindfulness is key to this. Like, you
True,
have to be
yeah.
very like, yes, I am driving with my left foot. Like, and I like will tell myself that while I'm doing it. And
I'm bad
then
at
when my
mindfulness
left
when
foot
driving.
starts to bother me, I'll switch back to my right foot again, and I'll just
So
like I cross
do
my
you-
legs when I.
Hold on, I just want to figure this out. So if you have gas, or
Yeah.
no, it would be
My gas is right here.
yeah,
My
it would
brake
be
is right
gas, brake.
Yeah. No, so
So-
I only drive
so-
with one foot at a time. I don't drive.
Oh
with,
no,
like,
no,
both.
that
That
I
would be
understand that,
insane.
but
Okay.
That'd be
like
sick
I'm
on.
asking like how do you because in my mind like there's a clutch involved,
No, there's no.
so
well,
I have to go. Boom.
Your van has a clutch.
Not the van, but
Don't do that. He wasn't even.
Oh, Angel.
He doesn't give a shit though.
He says, I am
good.
just a dog. I do
You
nothing.
okay, Polar?
yeah, he doesn't give a fuck. Nope. Hey,
He's hardcore.
Hey. No, no,
He's
no.
like, I want
No,
more.
no. Come here.
Hit me again.
Have a treat,
I
Polar.
like it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's that whole thing.
Polar's
That
like,
is
we're
a
playing,
thing.
right?
Oh my gosh.
All right, so yeah, I don't have a clutch on my car, so it's not like I need my left foot for anything else.
So it's all the shifter. You put the brake, and then you.
Yeah, everything's all
Yeah.
automatic on my car, so it's like I've never learned how to drive stick.
I can't fucking do that
Really?
either.
And I don't think
Nothing.
driving with my left foot would stop me from being able to learn stick.
I
If
was gonna say, you
anything,
need
it
your
would
feet
help
to use-
because I'm
Well,
used to using my left foot.
You use your left foot
Use it
to drive
specifically,
stick.
though.
Yeah.
But so what I'm doing is when I sit in my car like this, it's like I'm kind of like I feel like I'm sitting more on my right hip because I'm using my right foot to drive, right?
To
like maneuver
press
the
the
gas.
gas.
And the,
Yeah.
So it alleviates like the hip pressure as well as the ankle pressure if I like swap like that.
That
you
makes
know?
sense. When I'm
so
driving,
like
I feel
my
like I'm
ankle is
always, like,
still in the
twisted
same
around.
spot, and then now I'm like sitting at this angle instead, so I'm sitting on my other side of my body, and it's a lot more comfortable after like my right leg is almost going numb from
That
driving.
makes sense.
There's a.
And then it's like, you know, my brake is still right where the brake would have been, and then my gas is just like.
yeah, you don't.
But
have
I
to
like,
switch
I
your feet.
I do kind of like swivel my body a little bit to make it more like accessible.
There's a great.
I have found no issues with it yet.
Sounds
There's a
foolproof.
great Seinfeld episode where George doesn't understand how he can like hit the brake and the gas at the same time, and he calls like somebody like a fucking whatever you call him. It doesn't exist.
Mechanic
anymore.
or no, like
It's just somebody that you're
411
like-
call. They have like they used to have an info call. Thing
Yeah,
that they talk
exactly,
about on the
right?
highways. You see
And-
those signs on the
and
highway. Call
she-
411 for info.
She tells him, just take your fucking wallet out of your back pocket. And he takes it out, and everything shifts, and he's like, oh my god, this is so much easier.
And it was just because of how he was sitting with like the wallet. Giving
Yeah,
him the
he was
boost.
doing that. He was like propped up a little bit, and he
Yeah.
took his wallet out, and he shifted back. Yeah.
It's like, wow, you're right. This makes it way easier to drive. Who would have thought?
Oh, that shit. I love that shit, man. I love
Do you know-
people figuring out how their body works with the machine, you know?
Yeah.
Or even not the machine.
I would say,
The
have you ever heard?
sideboards.
I have a joke.
Soundboard,
I have a
like-
joke for you. I'm sure you've heard it before.
Hit us with the joke.
So, this guy was having this issue where, like, every time he was, like, getting up in the morning and like going on with his routine. Like he'd make coffee and he'd like drink his coffee and then he'd get this like pain in his eye, you know. And so it kept going on for about like a week. So he went to the doctor and he's talking to the doctor. He's like, I get up in the morning, I make my coffee, I drink my coffee, and then my eye hurts. And I just, like, I don't know what to do about this. And the doctor's like, And he, like, thinks for a little bit. And he's like, maybe if you, like, took your spoon out of your coffee cup when you went to drink your coffee, like, you wouldn't hurt your eye.
Yeah. You wouldn't poke yourself.
Yeah, I definitely left out a part of the joke. I haven't heard this joke in years.
No,
I liked it.
I always think about
I didn't
how funny
audibly
it is.
laugh, but I did mentally.
Yeah, it's not like super hilarious, funny, and I could have told it probably way better. I could have
liked the way you
ad-libbed
told
way
it.
better.
I like your delivery.
Little, like, I should have gone on more about like, so yeah, he goes home and like he goes back. Like I think there's some sort of thing like that. I just like kind of shortened the joke.
I kind of like the abruptness of it. It was neat.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
So-
it's just
so
the
he's
teaspoon's
poking himself in the eye.
Yeah, and so
Stir
he's like,
every-
fuck, god damn it, my fucking eyeball, you know? And so then he's like, doctor, why does it my eye coffee? I need my coffee, but it's hurting my eyes. And he's like,
stir out and then drink
and
your
then
coffee.
put your fucking spoon in the sink, you idiot. Like, you know, it's literally right under your nose. The problem, you could have solved it yourself, and you wouldn't have had to pay any copays or anything. Like, what are you doing?
It's
here,
like
dude?
it's like doing this,
You know?
where like you're like, oh, I'm gonna drink this, and then going, fuck, I don't. Oh god damn it!
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't understand. Why am I upset about the fact that I'm drinking this beer?
Or you're like trying to drink a drink and like you instead of holding it at the middle, you're holding it at the top, and you're like, why is it getting all over me?
Yeah,
It's like spilling down your hand. Why is the drink touching my elbow and not my stomach?
You gotta make
like, well,
coffee
if you-
different, motherfucker. Like,
If you held your cup different.
well, that gets back to like how stupid like people actually are.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like I'm not saying
in moments at least.
I'm
like,
not saying people are stupid.
People
I'm
are
just saying
stupid.
like the way
I'll say it.
well, yeah, okay.
People are fucking dumb.
They are.
I'm dumb.
And no, I disagree.
We all
I think,
have our moments.
I think the fact that we're talking about this stuff means that like you're not dumb.
Yeah,
you
we're
know?
aware.
Like-
We're aware of the dumbness, which inevitably counteracts and makes us smart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I agree.
Yeah. I have.
Yes, A+ guys.
I think
Gold
that
stars
like
around.
I like
Sorry.
as a male person, we get a little more like leeway in that shit where it's like, oh well, this is comical, but like for you guys, it's like, well no, they're just dumb women.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me? Like it's the same joke. Like
Yeah. There's no intellect in that. Yeah, it's kind of like there's like a whole thing too about
It's like-
female comics or whatever. Oh, well, all their jokes are just period jokes. Half of the people don't get them. Like, there's women that literally like go into being like comedians.
Yeah.
Like stand-up comedians, and they literally build their whole acts on like, I'm gonna stay away from period jokes.
Yeah.
Because I want to be taken seriously.
I feel like
And
that's
that's
sometimes
fucked up because periods can be really fucking funny. I one time turned around and looked in the toilet, forgot I was a woman, forgot I got my period every
Like,
month, and thought I was dying for like 30 seconds. Then I go, oh wait, this happened 30 days ago.
Yeah.
This
Or-
literally just happened.
Or
like,
not getting your period and thinking you're dying. That's really fun too.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
comedy in that. There's
Oh,
comedy.
man.
Oh
There's comedy in that.
what the
and,
fuck
like,
is that like? What's the comedy in that? I might have a baby.
There might be an alien in my body.
Oh. Shit, man.
It's not funny though. It actually is terrible.
No, I find it funny.
It's
but,
kind of funny.
You know, I'm a man, so.
I haven't had a baby, so I feel like I don't have a legitimate... Like, it's a thing that could happen to me, but in the same way to me that, like, cancer could happen to me. Like, it's not real to me right now.
Oh no.
Yeah, you're educated about the ways in which you don't have to do that,
Yeah.
right? So the big fear is that, oh
I
shit, like maybe I get ovarian cancer.
Yeah.
right?
Unfortunately,
Oh, no.
there is more choice in pregnancy. Like, you can only do so much avoiding of getting cancer.
That's true.
Our Earth is becoming cancerous day by day, the way everything's leaking across
That
it.
is true.
Like, all the chemicals in the dirt and stuff.
All right,
So,
cancer's
like,
worse. Cancer's
No,
worse.
I
than
just wanted to,
everything.
like, state for the record, because that just popped into my head. I don't know why we were on the record for the night. I've said it the most,
well,
I
he's
think.
recording.
Well,
so.
there's that, but, like, we started it with, like, we're on the record, and I've said it, like, 3 times now since. Like, please, someone count back how many times I've said it during this podcast.
It's a good reminder.
But yeah, no,
So
fucking chemicals. I don't know. It was
Yeah.
just one of those things that I was just like, yeah, but at least, like, you know, like, you can decide what goes in your body before you get pregnant.
Yeah.
Whereas cancer, you can't decide the things that affect your body and give you cancer.
Yeah.
Other people above you decide that. Like, corporates decide what information they're going to give you about chemicals before they do their testing and all of that.
It's true too.
I recently was
yeah.
watching a podcast about, or listening to a podcast of sorts about, it was like a true crime thing of sorts about a company that, DuPont or whatever, with the P85 or whatever the chemical is. It's like Teflon essentially, and how everything has Teflon poisoning
Shit.
to some degree. It's more concentrated in certain areas, but it, like, yeah.
It's an interesting point though about how you can. It's almost anyway. Whatever. Yeah. Good point.
No.
No, essentially,
I
yeah, you
wanna
can
hear
choose your
what
pregnancy, you can't choose your cancer. That's
Yeah. Like I think
Oh,
that's
man,
pretty
shut
fucked.
up, man.
That's
the
I
way
guess.
it is.
Yeah.
That's the summing it up of sorts
You,
of what
you
I'm
can
trying to
decide.
say.
Yeah,
you-
yeah.
What did you say? You can.
I said you can decide on your pregnancy, but you can't
can't
decide on the
decide on
cancer
your
you
cancer.
get.
That's
yeah.
true. It is
Fuck
true.
yeah.
You have a choice in being, well, I guess not even everywhere. But never mind. No, I have to take a lot of words back. You don't have a choice everywhere, too, if you can even be pregnant or not, or a lot. You know,
That's true.
pregnancy, in some places, pregnancy is a cancer.
Yeah.
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 Not to say that pregnancy isn't also beautiful. Like, shout out
Depends.
everyone that's having
Shout out to the
happy
pregnant
babies.
community.
Shout out to the pregnant community.
Shout out to
Yeah.
my friends that are having babies
Yeah.
that wanted to have babies.
Yeah, shout out to those out there that
High
are having the
fives.
babies that they wanted to have with the people that they wanted to have them with, and I'm sorry to the people that aren't in those situations.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sorry that pregnancy might be your cancer for a little bit until the bigger cancer that the corporations spill
Well,
into
that-
our
that's
ecosystem
You'll get that too.
catches up to you.
Well, I
sorry,
think-
we're getting dark here.
Yeah.
No,
You should
I
have heard
mean,
what we
we're
were talking
getting
about before you
real,
guys came
you
back.
know?
Really?
Yeah.
You guys got dark?
We got kind of dark.
Yeah, we
We
talked
talked about the cogs in the system a little bit out there
Yeah.
too.
We did. We had a college, like, it wasn't really a debate. We were just, like,
philosophy
reflecting.
of life.
Yeah.
Everyone
Philosophizing.
throwing
throwing
their own
around
paths.
ideas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, it was funny. We got on to talk about paths, and then I
Yeah.
was able to, like, jump us back into the house and be like, oh, yeah, then let's join this path back meeting up with Brian and Craig again.
Yeah.
Talking about
We jumped back
paths.
into the main timeline
Yeah.
of the audio.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be a very entertaining
That
episode.
you call it the main timeline.
We had a really long conversation about Marvel Canon Universe time travel today, but Brian hasn't seen any of the Marvel Cinematic
I haven't
Universe.
watched the Marvel Cinematic
I just talked
Universe.
about it for like 20 minutes, and
That's
they're like,
okay,
"That's
I'm cool
cool.
with it."
That's
Yeah.
really cool." And I was like,
I might
"Sorry."
get into it eventually. Who
You
could say?
should. I'm gonna make that happen.
Don't do
Are
this
you
to me
not
right
Yeah.
now.
into comic books? Or?
I think they're fine. I just have not specifically.
No,
I haven't
dude,
gotten
I
into the
know, like,
MCU.
Like, you haven't, like... I was not into that shit until I saw...
Until you hit the
Captain
gateway
America,
drug.
And I was like, oh, well, he's so tragic, right? He's the most... like end all. Like he wakes up in a world that he doesn't understand, and that's what brought me back into, comic book movie. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a big fucking Batman fan.
Ooh,
Cool.
interesting.
Like I'm not a big DC fan. I just love the character of Batman. Right?
Batman's pretty cool. I don't
He's
know.
so dark.
Yeah.
Elon Musk.
Fuck Elon Musk.
You think he's
Elon
Batman?
Musk is Batman.
No.
No.
I
No.
Does he have
Bad
Canon.
take.
Wait,
Bad
does
take.
Elon Musk have parents?
No,
I
Elon
don't
Musk
know.
is a
No,
fucking...
he killed them.
Batman an orphan?
He's a fucking idiot
Hate them.
that went to space
No,
and
but-
said, "Hey guys, I did this." And
I think that was actually
I
Jeff
did this on
Bezos.
top of the backs of all of you working for me.
Elon Musk, CEO of Amazon.
Well, that's
No, yeah.
just
no.
Bezos.
Wait, Bezos went to space. Did Musk go to space already too?
Yeah,
I thought
Yeah,
he did.
yeah.
They've
Man,
both gone
it's-
to space.
It's a fucking. It's a
Elon Musk went a
millionaire's-
while ago, and
Did he?
Yeah.
Both of
Okay.
them?
No, I can tell you. I remember reading about it.
Huh.
Elon Musk went to space and he tried broadcasting it live, and then the FBI or whoever the fuck NASA cut the communications when he got to a certain point of the live stream of trying to stream flying into space in his little thing that he built.
Huh.
They were like, "You can't satellites, government." No, put shit up there.
Gotta shut
We're
that down.
building shit up there. You're gonna tell everyone about our shit.
Dude,
so
Elon Musk
hard,
is
hard blocked his
is
stream
so full of
from
shit.
Earth as he
Fuck
left
that
the
guy.
stratosphere.
Fuck all of them. Bezos, Elon Musk,
my God.
like the
Tony
thing
Robinson.
that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Who's that?
The
I'm
thing
just
is like they went to
Is it
space
Isolation
and
of
then they
Mrs.
tried
Robinson?
Tony
they
Hawk,
tried
maybe?
to play it off as being like, well, you guys got us here. It's like, fuck you, motherfucker.
We should
Like,
send Tony Hawk to space.
oh, I would send.
Wait, did you know Tony Hawk's son?
That'd be sick.
Is an astronaut.
Riley?
No,
Riley Hawk.
no. One of them, he has multiple sons, right?
I think he might have a. I think he has a number of
He has at
children.
least-
Riley.
Yeah.
One of his sons did a music video in Plymouth with one of his
What the
friends
fuck?
who goes to Berkeley. They both go to Berkeley, maybe?
Tony Hawk
In
sent his
Plymouth?
fucking kid to Berkeley.
One of them,
Fucking
they-
asshole.
Yeah,
Him and
I
one
mean,
of his friends, one of
wouldn't
Tony
you?
Hawk's
I guess
sons. Someone told me this recently. They gave me this info recently, and I was like, "Wow, that's wild!
In
What a
Plymouth?
wild!" There's a video on YouTube. I think the musician name it's under is like Guppy or something like that.
Oh,
they
shit.
go to the
Yeah, I
exit
know that
5.
guy.
They go to the
Yeah.
exit 5 McDonald's, and they take one of the signs and they throw it on the ground and they stomp on it in the video.
That's
and
such
it's
a
literally
random-
the
Yo,
exit 5.
Riley
Plymouth.
Hawk is pretty fucking awesome.
It's
Wow.
one of his kids, and it's
Yeah,
one of
it's
his
Riley.
kids'
It's
friends.
probably
I
Riley.
think the music name is one of his kids' friends, and like he helped his friend with the music video, so
That's
they're
so
both
great.
in
Yeah.
it.
The exit 5 McDonald's?
Yeah,
What the
I'll
fuck?
have to. I have
Which
it somewhere
one is
in my
that? I don't even
YouTube
fucking
know.
history. I'll
Savers.
have to send it to you. The Long Pond Road
Oh,
one.
yep. I know the one.
No, it's the
Oh,
long,
wait.
it's the
Oh.
Long
Long
Pond Road
Pond-
one, not
oh,
the one
I
near
fucking
Savers.
know
The one
that
on
video.
Long
Exit 5
Pond
and
Road
6.
at the community info center thing.
They're not even exit 5 and 6 anymore.
No, I know.
Where
I
the
still
fuck
Yeah,
have
what
it.
is
this
it-
McDonald's? I
It's
don't know what
exit
this
13.
McDonald's
It's
is.
exit 13 now. It's the one that's on the highway.
It's
Like it has a bus stop. It has bus stops on it.
Oh, you know what? We
Maybe
we
Solar
drive
Panels?
by that a lot, but we never go to that one.
Yeah.
But we
Yeah.
drove by that like a million
Yeah, it was
times.
that one.
Okay,
They went in
yeah.
there and they took a sign out of the ground and like it's in the music video and it's
Fuck
just,
yeah,
it's in
man.
the music video
That's
and I'm
so
like that's
funny.
so wild and funny. I thought you'd appreciate
What
that.
the hell
because
did they
you
shoot
brought
it
up
in
Tony
Plymouth
Hawk
for?
And we're both from Plymouth.
I love that.
Riley Hawk is a pretty. He's a
I'm not-
fucking cool guy.
I'm not sure if it was him or if it was one of the other ones because I do feel like he has like 12 kids. I know I said 3 before, but
I don't know. Well, whatever skateboarding is doing in Plymouth, like, I'm into it.
I don't
you know?
even know if there's a single skateboard in the music video, but it's of skateboard descent.
It has the energy.
That's
You
a
know?
fun. That's a fun term. Skateboard descent.
Yeah, that's Tony Hawk's kids. Everything they do is of skateboard descent.
True.
It's in the vibe.
He
it's
has
in the culture.
he has a daughter that's like, she doesn't skateboard, but she's like pretty rad. You know?
That's cool.
Tony Hawk competed in the X Games this year, like a couple months ago, for the first time since like 2003 or something.
Damn.
Holy shit, good for
Yeah,
him.
he
Yeah,
came out of
dude,
retirement and
Fuck
hit
yeah.
up the X Games. That's fucking
Awesome
sick.
moves. How old is Tony Hawk now?
I think he's like 50,
40
59 or something.
Or maybe
No, he's up there.
I
He's
think
like
yeah,
he's
he's
definitely
mid-50s.
He's an old
like,
fuck.
At least 15 years ago.
Yeah.
yeah, right. yeah,
So
no, I think he was. I
that would
think
put him about 50 plus now.
yeah, I'd say. I think he's. I bet he's
You
like.
know?
We can
Google
Google
it.
it. We
I
can
bet.
Yeah,
I think
I was
he's
just
literally
about to say,
59.
let me tell
I
you.
might be.
We've all put in our guesses. I said he's definitely over 50. I don't.
I
I would say
49,
I would say he's
49.
probably 52.
I'm gonna say 54.
49.
Maybe 59's a bit high. I might have guessed high.
59?
I guessed high. Okay.
Tony Hawk is
I'm
16.
locking in my answer. You
All
guys
right.
Oh
can-
shit! Can we?
Wait, what's
Yeah.
the order?
Oh,
Do
we're
you guys
Googling
wanna
it.
watch skate videos?
I said 54,
I don't
52,
know, why not?
49.
Can we watch the
You
one
said
on? Can we do
50
your video we found
I'm
last
saying
night?
Hard maybe.
I'm gonna
You said
guess
50.
we could do that.
52.
You said 52, 54,
I said
49,
59.
Over and under. Anybody
59.
want to bet on
Okay.
this shit? No, we have no.
I'm tempted. Yeah, I was like,
Ooh. Ooh.
How old?
Were you right?
No.
52?
If we're playing close and not over, or whatever the highest that price
Okay.
is right.
Under,
If we're playing the
over and
Price is
under.
Right, you won. You're second.
I'm last,
So
aren't
how
I?
old
Yeah,
is he?
he's 53.
Oh shit.
Fuck.
Okay,
Yeah, man.
that makes sense.
You and I were like
fucking
perfectly
did it,
on
dude.
the edge of guessing. You gave him a little grace, and
Well,
Yeah.
my logic was
you were like, you look young.
when I
man."
got into him,
good.
he was
No, but he looks
10
good
years
for
older,
53.
like older than me. So
He looks about average.
He could
for
pass
53.
he's a pretty
He
boy.
could pass
This
his
has been a
45.
long
Tony-
episode. What? How long is this? Or almost
shit.
2 hours.
So if your phone dies, I'm worried that it will
do you need to
delete the
plug?
recording. Oh shit! If we could charge it literally right here.
I can.
Yeah, what do you need?
Oh,
Two
iPhone.
phone chargers for the 2 mics.
At least just
Are you
one.
guys
We could
both,
just not have two running
iPhones,
anymore.
Yeah, because
or-
I don't want. Because if this dies, then I'm worried that we'll lose that audio and we'd lose your segment with Riah.
So should I just end it now?
Yeah, I mean you
No,
could.
what do you
If the
need?
charger
What do
gets
you
over here, we'll be good.
Okay.
That port, iPhone
Lightning
6, I
flash
mean 7,
or
whatever the fuck.
thing.
I don't even know what I have. It's okay if not. Like we'll be good. I don't need it
No,
particularly.
I think there's a lot of good stuff in here, and I want to
Take a
give
listen
you
back.
guys. I want to keep this going. You know?
Hell yeah. I love this.
This
is
could be
fun.
multiple episodes.
The idea of having 2 segments that are back to back of people talking.
That was
in
so
different
funny.
groups. Wait, you guys should take a mic.
No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. They'll be back.
I think that's a really cool idea. It's a fun format.
This has been fucking.
It's been
fun.
a really meta, complicated episode, but I love it.
I think I
very
can
fun.
edit this good.
I
I
hope
think
you
I can
can.
make this good.
I'm probably not going to help.
Don't worry about it. It's okay.
I can help.
It's okay. You help a lot.
I appreciate that.
You do a lot of work for this podcast. I hope all the people behind the scenes understand the amount of effort that you put in.
I appreciate
All
that.
the
Thank you very much.
coordination, the organizing, the scheduling, the guest liaison.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got a lot of roles. You wear a lot of hats, Theo.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
You do as well.
Thanks. But I just want the listeners to know. So they know who to respect.
Who to respect.
Who they're talking to when they email us.
The white cord's gonna be longer than the pink cord.
Okay.
Oh.
So, you want?
Maybe you should take it. Yeah.
The pink one's pretty. I know. I got it.
It's
at
a
Five
nice
and
one.
Below.
I
No, I lied. I got it at TJ Maxx.
TJ Maxx is so good.
I like TJ Maxx.
It wasn't about
Bought
price,
some
and
pants
it's Apple
there.
certified, I believe.
Okay.
And I was like, cool, if that really means anything.
I feel
Working.
like those tend to last a little longer, the Apple certified ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tuck that behind it.
Great. All right, good. So we don't have to worry about
Oh,
corrupting files and losing things. Oh yeah, we
Oh,
got
we
chart.
appreciate
Thank
you.
you. We are
I'm
plugged
sorry,
in now.
I was already on it.
Thank you.
Good. You know.
We have backups in case these break.
That's
I
good.
promised. I had already promised that as soon as you guys got here, you could plug your phones in.
That's true, we
So
did already
That's
ask.
why I was just like, oh no, I need to.
You came in clutch though.
Oh.
You have the same thing. That would have saved us
You know,
too.
What do you guys want? Like
could
one
probably-
USB or 2 USBs?
We're good. We got them.
4 USBs.
I would say if I could find
This is
my
like-
phone, I could always probably use a charger.
There should be a spin-off podcast where it's just you and Riah.
Oh, wait,
That would be
can
so
you
fun.
Can you please add like a 5-second clip so I let her charge the iPhone?
Wait, what?
What?
Oh yeah. Oh, narration. Yeah, we'll
no,
see.
from that song that we
Oh, I know the song. Oh yeah. Oh, so I let her charge the iPhone. I forgot about that. That's fucking. That I got depression. Jesus is the one.
Oh,
Yeah, Zach Fox. Is that his name? The throwback. 2019 throwback.
How many times did we
2019.
listen to that in the studio that night? Like I could have sworn like
So
we
many
listened to it at least
times.
5 times that night.
You, I don't think you
Maybe
had
I was
slept
falling asleep.
for like 3
I
days.
didn't sleep. Justin was doing what Justin does always, being a magical human, you know.
Are you guys talking about like the time you spent recording somebody else's song?
No, this is just some
Literally,
random
it's this
fucked up night
absolute
a while
silly
ago.
Nonsense rap song. I think I've played it in here before for you. It's the.
I got
Jesus
depression.
Is the one. And it's like, I'm gonna
Jesus
dip my
is the
balls in
one.
$1,000
Oh, he thinks you have
dressing.
treats.
I'm sorry, they're Fritos.
That's so silly. But no, it's just funny because they're charging their phones. There's a line in the song that's so I'll let her charge the iPhone.
I love that.
And yeah, I just.
I do really pretty though. I didn't know I fucking needed that right now.
Just
Oh,
have them in
you know
case.
what I meant to make? Does anyone like mini quiches?
What?
I bought a box of frozen mini quiches today.
That's amazing.
Would you like me to?
That sounds nice, but I think I would probably die if I ate one.
Okay.
If they're cheese.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Cheese and eggs, I think.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'll probably eat something when I go home.
Okay, I do have potato chips too, and granola bars.
I think we also have Pringles in here.
I think I'm good with these Fritos. I really appreciate it. Thank you so
I
much.
love listening to everyone be chewing.
Just
Yeah.
like that.
This,
Just as loud as you can make it.
this podcast is
This
ruined.
podcast?
This podcast knows no
these
boundaries.
peas in a pod. It's unhinged, ruleless, lawless, chaotic, split, paradox podcast.
That's me.
That's this episode.
Wouldn't Peas in a Podcast be a really cute podcast name?
That would be a
Oh.
really good podcast.
That'd be
man.
so cute.
I like.
And it would have to be two people whose name starts with P.
Oh,
Would it have to be?
Peter?
I guess not. No.
Peter would
It could
be.
Peter
just be two
and Patty.
friends.
Peter and,
me and Riah spin off podcast.
I was gonna say, I feel like, because I was thinking earlier, like, what if me and Theo did a podcast? That'd
We
probably
totally
be fun,
should.
because we always have really, like, good, like, filled conversations every time we've ever hung out, and I was like,
Yeah.
I feel like that would be fun, like, that would be really fun. I was thinking this while I was driving, so it's just funny that this is coming up.
That'd be super fun.
And we both have hippie moms that don't always like to say that they're hippies, so,
It's
like,
true.
two peas in a pod right there.
I feel like having a hippie mom is like a perspective changing fact that it's just so funny to just like have. Like just navigating my adult life in a time where it doesn't really matter that I was homeschooled K through 12, but I just know that. Like that's my background.
Wait, what do you mean?
I feel like I'm really disruptive right now. Like
What?
feeling so
Dude,
loud.
shut the fuck up.
I'm also chewing. We have another mic, it's fine.
Wait, say what do you mean? What?
Just like coming from a background of having been homeschooled. Just like the
So, you were homeschooled?
Mhm.
Oh, word.
yeah. Not for religious reasons.
No, I understand. Yeah.
It was really common at the time, so I like to clarify. Just because it's a very different cultural thing, I guess.
So, what's your takeaway from that?
It totally depends on... Like, for me personally, I think it was pretty cool. It was a very unique experience, but I guess in the same way that if someone went to a charter school versus a private school versus a public school, everybody's day-to-day is different.
Yeah.
So-
Everything is unique to
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
So I never went to public school at all, so I guess I can't really compare it. It was homeschooled the whole way. And then I started community college at 16. Went there until I graduated in 2018, because I was like part-time with high school and then switched over to that, did it like full-time, part-time while working. And then went to Lesley University, which is a private art school in Cambridge, for like 2 years. Or, I mean, 2 semesters. And then I just didn't do school for a while. And I haven't for like...
So what do you?
2019?
How do you? Education. How do you perceive education?
That's a pretty big
That's a broad
topic on this
question.
podcast. We talk about different types of education, alternative education. Like, I think it's a really interesting thing because that was something that I had not considered in many ways. Like you know what I mean? Because
What do
I
you
had,
mean?
well, I guess the idea like there's Montessori schools, there's like a million different types of homeschooling, there's charter schools, there's
Yeah.
more new age thing. There's probably new ideas that
So what did you go through?
conventional. Like I went to public schools and I went to a couple different high schools, but I guess as in the macro, normal, just regular, or I guess what would you call it? Maybe just average schooling. I guess just conventional.
Like what I would call it?
No, I guess you could call it-
Schoolers.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Regular
that's-
schoolers.
That's a good fucking
Yeah.
regular schoolers. That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
There was a period of time, because the way that I was homeschooled, my mom used to call it eclectic homeschooling, where she just kind of, for each of us, tried a bunch of different things until she found what worked for us. Like, I did a bunch of different math programs,
or did it work for her?
both. She wasn't working.
Spicy question.
It's complicated, because my dad owns a framing carpentry construction company, so...
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that was really awesome, because it kind of gave us a little bit of freedom for her
Leeway,
to...
right?
Yeah,
Like,
so she
you
was a
don't have
stay-at-home
to-
mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Imagine
Which-
working full time and trying to homeschool.
Yeah.
Well,
It was
but
nuts.
that's the thing is like homeschooling is this is our world. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to be part of the thing. You know what I mean? Like it totally speaks to mom and pop stores, right? Like,
yeah.
Like like this is the way we're gonna do this. We want to have our kids be this way. You know,
Yeah.
I totally understand it. I mean, I come from a very like disjointed version of education.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh man, dude, are you kidding me? Like,
Do you mind if I ask what your experience was?
My parents did some homeschooling, but I was always being like, well, fuck that.
Yeah.
You know.
That's relatable too.
And then I got sent to public school, and they were like, well, this motherfucker. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like, yeah, it was a failed experiment for me. But I'm very interested in how that shit panned out, you know. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, I'm also curious about this. I haven't actually talked to another adult homeschooler that I didn't already know from homeschooling ever. I'm just throwing that out there.
Ever?
Yeah.
That's fucked.
I think so. I used to work at Wachusett Mountain, and I would teach.
I used to ski there.
I would teach snowboarding to kids that were homeschooled.
Oh, no way.
And I always
I think
really
I took
connected
that
with
class.
those kids. You know what I mean? Like, they were like,
great.
well, I don't
Whoa,
know.
can you imagine if you taught Theo snowboarding back
I
in
don't
like
think so.
2005 or something?
I did skiing, but there was was there a homeschool class in Wachusett, or am I thinking of a different place? Because I used to go skiing with my dad sometimes, and there was
Yeah, no, they were very like it was a divide. It was like you get the homeschool kids in snowboarding,
Yeah.
or you get the homeschool kids in skiing.
Why were they
Yeah.
divided, do you think? Oh, because of snowboarding and skiing. Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
I thought
how-
you meant like,
that's
oh,
how
those are the
homeschool-
school kids
yeah.
and those are the
That is
homeschool
often the
ones.
thing, though, because like I mean, just in terms of scheduling, homeschool parents often do things during the daytime because it could be they sometimes make deals for homeschool families because you're technically an educator. You can go while other kids are in school, so it's not as busy if you're parking or something. They can.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of parenting philosophy. So sometimes homeschool parents just don't even hang out with parents of kids that go to school. It like really depends. Also, homeschooling is a big umbrella term for like a billion different ways of homeschooling, which is a big fucking deal because nobody knows that.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
People know that, but like not a lot of people.
It's a
Yeah.
really interesting
Yeah.
nuance that I had not really considered until we started having more conversations about it, where it seems like there's like education theory. Like it's like
Yeah.
a completely
Yeah.
all different philosophies and styles and lifestyles.
It's the
cultural
idea of embracing
and-
theory,
yeah.
right? Like,
Yes.
just because our state says this is the way it should be doesn't mean that that doesn't speak to you as someone learning,
Yeah.
right? Like,
If you think about how long the formal public school system has existed compared to how long people have been like educating their kids at home or not educating their kids, unschooling is a whole other thought
yeah,
school
it's
too.
a different, it's a very different
Approach.
That's
ideology.
a whole other thing.
Unschooling
For sure.
as
Yeah.
an ideology.
It is, yeah.
Non-schooling. It's called unschooling.
Unschooling, non-schooling might be another thing, but unschooling
Well,
is
I feel
basically.
like unschooling would be like you've been taught and now we're gonna unteach you. So that's why I feel like
Well, it's actually really
Interesting.
interesting.
it's
Linguistically.
interesting if they call it unschooling because that's almost ironic because they're not really using like
Yeah,
technically, if you think about it like
linguistically.
suffix wise, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
and linguistically.
Linearly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like
Linearly.
non-schooling would be the term of not sending someone to school, not unschooling.
I think
Like it would almost mean in some ways the same thing, but
Yeah.
undoing something is like putting it back to how it was before. And if you've taught something, you can't really unteach something that's been taught.
Yeah,
without
you're,
like a
you're
lobotomy or
talking about
something.
like
true.
being bred into.
I'm just talking about the
learning.
wording.
No. I'm with you. Like you're talking about like being bred into like a certain ideology, and then unschooling like kind of makes it like, well, what the fuck did I do this for?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
no, I'm just
like-
talking about the
Saying
term of like not being sent to school or whatever being called unschooling. It's
So
just
that's
like
not
funny,
all
and
of
that's
it.
not all of what it is.
I think-
it's a big part of it. But
Tell us what unschooling is.
Yeah.
All right, definition. real quick, as far as I understand it, anyway. Unschooling is a faction of homeschooling. So there's a spectrum of how schooled someone can be,
Yeah.
and also there's
Ooh,
other subsets
school
too.
us unschooling.
That's really funny, actually.
No.
But-
I
Let's
totally
get it.
know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
Well,
Yeah.
because schooling, the way that we understand it, is a system that originated around like the industrial revolution of getting people to be more educated so that people can work and their kids can be in a place where they're getting food and childcare for free. also they're learning how to kind of have like a kid's version of a 9 to 5, 9 to 4,
Right,
whatever.
right. It's about like industrializing.
And that's just generally
The-
schooling.
Yeah,
I'm-
industrializing socialization, industrializing nutrition, industrializing childcare.
Industrializing kids to work.
Yeah. And having one formal thing that everyone knows.
Getting
Like,
kids
this is your
used to
education.
come.
This
Yep.
is what you
Yep.
understand.
We're in a
Yeah.
fucking
System.
textile mill right now.
I know, I was thinking
Yeah.
about
From the
that.
Industrial Revolution. Anywho,
wonder if
tell
kids
us.
work
But
here.
Keep telling us.
Oh, they
I
probably
think-
did.
I think what she's like getting at is that like they're like the reverse of that, right? That
Yes.
So what does that look
So,
like?
well, hold on, because that's not the whole definition.
Okay.
That is what to be schooled is, essentially. And
Right.
we think of that as like public school or private school or whatever. There's different ways to school, but that is essentially the thing. A building where you send your kids so that they can have the service and then whatever. But an unschooler on the way opposite end of the spectrum would be a homeschooling student or homeschooling family that is child-led. So the kid learns what the kid is interested in.
oh cool.
Oh.
Which has a spectrum within itself of being like, my kid maybe will study math through, like, there was this program that we used to use when I was a kid because me and my siblings fucking hated math but loved English, called Life of Fred. It's a fiction series. Do you remember this?
Yeah,
Did
I
you-
remember. I know. What you're
Oh my god, my
Zoom
fucking
beanies.
yes,
I
dude.
bought
Yeah.
that on my phone recently.
Zoom
Did you
beanies
really?
and Life
Yes,
of
you
Fred.
can buy it in the Apple Store
My
for
little
like
brother has a PC one.
$3.99.
Oh, Apple Store?
And it was like the beginning of COVID. I bought it to keep myself amused
Stuff like that.
because I
That's
loved
awesome.
that game as a
Yeah.
kid. I thought Zoom Beanies was so cool, and then replaying it, I hope they're
It's still
still
good.
making kids play it because it's
Make
all
me
about
a pizza.
it's about like these cool little blue ball-shaped people.
Zoom beanies.
And,
I know the
they're
word
called
Zoom beanie. I
Beanies.
don't
Me and
know what
Noah
it is,
say it
though.
all the time.
Oh, okay.
And they become oppressed
Yeah, actually.
by
the
another
Floons?
group. Yeah,
The Floons?
The Floons. It's something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. There's some sort of other group of like creatures that oppress them, and they literally like
They kick them out of their homes.
they kick them all out of their homes, and then they make them make a bunch of stuff, and then they're like they're pirates. They're pirates. That's
Yeah.
what the other guys are.
Fleens.
The
They're the
bad
fleens.
Yeah, the fleens. The fleens are like pirate bad guys, and they're like, yeah, Zoom beanies, we're gonna help you ship your furniture and all of the wares that you make across the other islands.
The
And then,
soundtrack is playing in my head right now.
yeah, and so the fleens are like, yeah, we're gonna take care of shipping your stuff places for you, and then they like pocket a bunch of the extra money and steal a bunch of the goods, and the Zoombinis are like, we're fucking sick of this shit. Let's
Yeah.
fucking get out there and find a new island. Like, we ran away the first time for a reason. Now we clearly have to do it again.
It's a
And
math game called
so-
The Logical Journey.
Yeah, it's like
Where
a
they
logic
immigrate to a new
pattern,
country.
I remember
based
that
game.
Logical Journey.
Yeah.
Oh
it
my
was
God,
like it was like a.
Literally so good.
It was the new version of shit. What the fuck was that game?
Teaches you
Clue
respect on
Finders?
top of it, though.
No, I was gonna say.
Clue Finders is a good one.
I was gonna say like Oregon Trail.
Oh,
right?
yeah, actually. It does
Right?
have Oregon
Like,
Trail elements.
It was like you have to figure out the math that
Yeah.
makes.
Yeah. And
thing,
it's not even
you
just
know?
all literal math either. There was
It's
some
like logic games.
logic games, yeah.
Pattern games.
Stuff like that
Yeah,
was like my
logic.
homeschooling
What I
experience.
really like about Zoom Beanies is that they, like, in a way that I feel like is not noticed until you kind of, like, look at it from a different light. Like, as a kid, I wouldn't have realized this. As an adult, I played the game again and was like, wow. They're not only teaching us, like, the logic pattern math stuff,
Yeah.
but with their story plot of, like, we have these Zoom Beanies that you need to help find a new place to live and keep doing the Zoom Beanie thing. It's like they're teaching us, like, respect in a lot of ways,
Yeah,
too.
that's true.
And,
Yeah,
like, what
yeah.
life should be.
Yeah.
And how to treat, you know what I mean? Because, like, they paint, like, the Zoom Beanies as, like, they're just trying to live their lives and do the things that keep their happiness and their culture happy, and then you have like the fleens or whatever, the bad guys that are like, we're gonna take
Oh my
money
God.
away from you and
Yeah.
stuff. You know, it's just
Yeah.
it can very literally be metaphorically lined up to so many different situations in history that I feel like it's a really good way to ease kids into like fucking just
Like
respecting
larger concepts.
Yeah. Yeah.
humanity and
For sure.
any kind of ecosystem or like habitats of sort. You know, like.
Yeah. Did you play Zumbinis in school when you were a kid?
Yes.
That's really cool.
Oh my god, yeah. We
That's
played it in
awesome.
the computer lab in elementary school, and I loved computer lab days. That was my favorite fucking game. When I saw that I could buy it online, I was like,
Like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I
Zumbinis
can't
is
remember
gonna take
what
over
it
my
is,
life.
but it's like hitting such like a visceral memory in my
it
brain.
takes a lot. Do you want me to? I can show you. Do you want to see what it looks like?
Fuck it, yeah. Let's see Zumbinis.
Oh, yeah.
Put it on the TV.
Oh,
Oh,
I think
yes.
I might be able
Let's
to.
watch some videos.
Zumbini on
Oh
the
my god,
TV.
we can all play.
Comment.
We do a playthrough.
Playthrough. Is that
Okay.
what it's called now? A playthrough?
When you watch someone play.
Oh yeah, we'll have our.
Oh, you're talking about like Twitch and shit.
Will I be able to like send it to the TV? Do you think?
If I turn this on, and then we connect to
I can play Zumbinis big screen.
you just have to connect to the network.
Yeah.
And then
like airdrop it or screen mirror. Is it screen mirroring?
no, just
I don't know how to.
I mean, it's the
technology.
same. Different words for the same shit.
Yeah, if you know.
Google.
I have no idea.
Just do
I would help you if I knew.
Chromecast.
Oh well, so I pulled up the app. Can I not send it from the app to the?
Can I see
Yes.
it? Maybe I can make it.
That's the game. I fucking love Zumbinis. And the pizza monsters. That was like they're so sassy. Yeah, there's 3 of them. When I played in school, there was only like 2, and then now there's like a 3rd one, and he's funny.
There was the tree
He's like,
one.
I really want a pizza. Like, he has like a different thing. No, he's like really nice. Like the other 2 pizza tree monsters are kind of like sassy and mean, but he's like, thank you very much, and he like flutters his eyes. Not really.
That sounds very
I pretend
cute.
that he does.
They needed a cute sidekick. They were intimidating.
Yeah. They're like, hey, that doesn't belong on my pizza. I don't like that. There's something on that I don't like. That's what these monsters-
don't like.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, yeah.
Damn.
They're like, I want more. Like the tall lady tree or whatever.
Oh yeah. I forgot about her. Wow, I fuck heavy with Zumbinis. I'm in the Zumbinis fandom,
It's
guys.
okay if I can't.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out because this is like.
I feel like a Zumbini tattoo would be sick.
All right, wait. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Here, take this.
Yeah.
Is it 2 right now?
Yes.
2:11.
Oh my
I'm
god.
so sorry.
It's
Fucking
okay.
2 a.m.
I do this to people a lot. I keep people up late. I don't mean to.
I'm totally fine with it. I'm probably gonna
Fritos
get
are fucking
tired very
addicting.
soon. Fritos? Yeah, they're so good.
I love this shit. I like the shape of them.
They are a good shape. They're a good texture too.
Wow.
I might take a couple more. Yeah. If you run out of Fritos, I can offer you potato chips.
We have Pringles in here too.
Oh yeah, you did mention that. Those are also potato chips, but they're nothing like Cape Cod potato chips.
Cape Cod potato chips are better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What?
Cape Cod potato chips are like the best potato chips.
High tier. Good shit.
You should ask them for a sponsor.
That'd be
This podcast is brought to you by Cape Cod potato chips, sea salt, kettle cooked. Buy some right now.
Send them a bill.
There's other
Stop and
flavors
Shop.
too.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Little expensive. They're like fucking $5.99 for a big ass bag of them, but
If you get a BJ's membership, you can get a giant, crazy sized bag of Cape Cod potato chips for $5.99.
wow.
I'm gonna show you. You're gonna look at.
I think I saw them in your room. That was a pretty big fucking bag of
Yeah,
Cape
so
Cod
you're gonna
potato
look at that
chips.
bag and you're gonna say that's a
Hi.
pretty big fucking bag of potato chips.
They're all good.
That's what I was gonna say. You wanna see it?
No, I just want to click the thing you want
Hello,
to watch.
fluffy dog.
All right, well. We gotta switch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
This is bragging, right?
Huh?
They're pretty engaging media.
Yeah, I think this is good. If someone's still listening at this point, power to them.
They're the fucking man.
Yeah.
Wait, are you live streaming the podcast?
Oh no.
We're just recording
You
it.
should keep all of
That is
that.
a big bag of
Oh, I'm
chips.
gonna.
Yeah, it's like a.
That's huge. It's like a
And
pillow.
40%
Yeah,
less air.
Yeah.
Put, you gotta
Yeah,
put it
40%
on
less salt.
120%.
I like
that's
that.
what that says. I thought it said air for some reason.
That'd be
Like,
pretty
there's more
sick.
chips in the bag.
That I wish they advertised for less chips.
I would be
Yeah.
impressed by that.
Pretty big fucking bag. That's all I got to say.
Pretty big bag.
But yeah, that's the place to go if you got the.
So let me see these Zumbinis.
Oh yes. Is it? Did we
Well,
figure out?
we're
the,
trying to TV
Oh, okay.
connect.
Yeah. Was there? Did you plug a cord in?
I'm so sorry you don't
Can I
want
have
food.
That I
your,
should. Yeah.
thing?
You can't eat Fritos, dog.
I don't know how to do this.
Oh. That? Is that what I need to have it on so I can like?
Yep.
Are we that? It's not.
Oh, give it a fucking second.
Okay. I just don't know how things work.
I think it's this, right?
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah! Sorry, I yelled.
That's okay.
No,
Got a
I mean
little
when
too
you
hyped.
land
Oh,
it,
man.
you know, you
Yeah.
land it.
All right. Cool. All
Okay,
right, so
choose
I
game,
have-
Riah's
Oh
wave.
my
That's
fucking
my
god.
game. This is my wave of Zoom beanies. Oh, we're
Oh
in the
my
middle
God.
of a game. Oh,
Dude.
sorry. I left off on this one last time.
This is fucked. I haven't
halfway
seen this since I
through.
was like 12.
Do you guys mind
This is
if I
great.
finish the game and then I'll show you guys the beginning of it?
Absolutely do it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
finish this
okay,
one up.
cool. So we gotta match the guys up.
So Zumbinis, little tiny guys
Yeah.
with circle heads and like looks like a bit of like a
Yeah, so I
3-ring
do this
slinky
thing-
for a body.
They all have so I do this
They're all
thing
different.
where
Okay.
I like to make it easier for myself as I progress through the game, and I organize them in the campsites by springs and noses and whatever.
Makes sense.
So that I can pull out the ones that I would want to pull out when I need to. It's like a weird OCD thing. I organize my Zumbinis.
I'm getting some Dark
like
Crystal
that.
vibes from this
Oh
game.
This
shit,
is a
man! Dark
section.
Crystal, that was
Yeah.
that shit's great.
Did you watch the
that's-
series?
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty good.
Not the
Yeah.
one we need.
Not into it as much as I
Yeah.
am into like the original version.
Yeah. Popular sentiment.
That music.
That's cool. I mean,
It's
I
so-
like the
it's
fact
making
that
me
they
happy.
had all like.
It's a very.
puppets,
I was.
you
I
know?
felt really good when I found this game and started playing it again. This one's the cool one too. They're on the little skateboards.
Wait, so we're just gonna watch you play a game?
No. I'm
This is
gonna,
like the shittiest gaming
This is-
podcast in the world.
No,
where you
I
can't even
I
see
have
the
to
game.
finish this level so I can show you the other stuff about the game.
Can you show us better videos? Sorry, I'm being a dick.
Ah. You're killing me.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
let me just.
I mean,
It's okay. No, keep talking. I'm just gonna finish this little because I left off playing this like months ago. I usually stop playing and then I join back in, and it's like, by the way, you never got them through the fucking cave, asshole. And I'm like, oh my god, yeah, they're just stuck on their journey, their pilgrimage. I'm so sorry. I'm fucking forgetting and neglecting my Zumbinis constantly.
this is like Lemmings.
Yeah.
Remember that game? Lemmings?
I know the concept of what like lemmings are.
Yeah, you arm all the little like
Yeah.
happy kids with blowing the shit out of each other. Oh shit, blowing the shit out of each other. That's probably not
Not what's happening.
PC.
Oh, I mean, it's not like it's on the radio.
True.
They all look.
Oh, you have
So
to match
happy.
them through the crystal for them to be able to go down
Yeah,
there.
and you want to see what happens if I don't match them right?
Do they die?
Pretty much.
Come on,
You
give
wanna
us
see?
something better than this.
No, check it out. Don't.
Oh,
Yeah, you fucking sacrifice your people, and
It's
then
a
not as
really
many of them get
stupid
to the new
game.
world.
I mean,
It's
not
not
stupid.
stupid.
It's not
It's
stupid. but,
strategy.
bro, that Zumbini died.
You got kicked
It's,
off the
it's
Mayflower.
very. It's not that it's stupid, but it's a very
You just got
silly.
fucking whipped
it's a
into the
very
fucking middle of the
easy
Atlantic Ocean
game to
and
some
like
extent.
and like freezing November cold.
That's horrible.
That probably happened to some of them. I only said November.
Oh,
'cause
they
of
have to
Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's
back.
weird. You have to move.
I don't know if that's when they actually cross
the
Atlantic.
into the.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
think about the
have to
pilgrims,
find
I
the
just
one.
picture it
And
being
as the
November.
levels get
Yeah,
harder
like with,
too, they
like,
add,
stuffing
more
everywhere.
levels of glass for you
Yeah,
to have
no,
to like
but-
match the people
Like
up, so,
extremely
like,
sugary
restores their
canned
eyes to the
cranberry
crystal.
sauce.
Like the crystal in the beginning, this one that the guy I'm floating the guy on, that crystal, sometimes they'll do this thing where they have it so it's like no matter what color your nose is, you have to match it with one with a red nose and all of the other attributes to be able to get it through. They just like they make it harder as you play the game. Like it slowly levels up on you. Yeah. And it's a lot harder to match them when they all have the same feet. So I really like fucked myself. I was like, I can do this quick, and I'm like, god damn it, this like they all have the same feet.
Well, if you pull that crank right there, can't you get new Zumbinis?
No.
That's not what that does?
Nope.
Shit. I thought you could do that.
No, but it's this guy and this guy.
I really like the audio.
Oh, the crank sensor down, I get it. I just sacrificed music beats as a kid, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of ominous.
I
I feel like
used
it's just
to-
like really nice, really good ambient music.
Yeah, it's good. It's
You can hear all the chains and all the bricks moving.
Yeah.
So this is what I did instead of going to school.
I did this in school, and I wish I could have done this instead of school. Like, this is now what I do instead of school, actually. Instead
Yeah.
of college, I sometimes play this game.
That's what's up.
Do you sing too?
me. Yeah, only when necessary.
Gotcha.
Alright, we got like
How do
7
you?
Zoomies
Hold on.
left.
I
We're
wanna-
almost there.
I just want to figure this out.
What?
Oh, fuck yes.
Can you play us a song on the podcast?
Yeah, what do you want to hear?
I have no idea. What's on
I can play
the menu?
You, my favorite song,
What is it?
but I have to go get the lyrics.
Okay. What is it? What is the song?
I don't know. I mean, it's just. Wait, let me go find the lyrics.
All right.
It's a very good song about a guy who killed his girlfriend's boyfriend, and I really like it. And he took the blame, and then he went to jail because
Just
I'm
polycool
not
stuff,
gonna- I'm
man.
not gonna do my sister doesn't have to go to jail because of this.
Yo, Riah, you're crushing this new meeting level.
Yeah,
What?
I tried to speed it up.
You did it. They're
I
good.
had to get in a rhythm, and
Just
I
focus
found it,
down, yeah.
There we go.
It's always like the first couple of minutes you start playing. Oh, I forgot to send the last guy.
He's fucked. They're leaving him behind.
It's okay. His other friend that fell off of the cliff will be at
They'll be together now. This is so nostalgic. This narrator.
Wonder Abyss.
This is very biblical.
Huh.
Do you like
It's like
the
a
art?
sphinx, the desert,
Yeah,
fucking
unfortunately,
migrating
I'm gonna have to finish
peoples.
this one too, and this one's a lot harder. Ugh, I hate this one. I've always the bubble.
I love this one.
The animation
Yeah.
is like captivating. I think the aesthetics here are really
I like
cool.
it a lot better now, but like I just didn't. I hated having to follow the past.
I mean, like, look at the
And
depth in this. No,
but-
you can see the
well, so you
moon
have
back
to,
there.
like-
And
I
it
think
almost
if you
looks
stay-
I can
watercolory.
only send the
Yeah.
ones with the eyeballs.
Oh, that's what that is?
Yes.
Oh.
So they have to follow the arrows,
Gotcha.
or else they die. Like if
Oh,
I
those
send
little
this
things,
one
okay.
here, it won't get stopped because it doesn't have the path for the eyes.
So go in the trap. I see.
Yeah, so it's just like a whole.
I used to love this game when I was little, and I forgot about that detail.
Oh yeah.
I remember
no.
this being one of my favorites.
I didn't like this one. I could never. I used to just get really. Oh no, it wasn't this one. It was the one with the doors, the hotel one.
The hotel one. I feel like I forget.
Did
I
you
mean, I
guys
remember
ever
things I've
play that game that like chickens in space? They made like an alien joke, and they were like, "No chicken can be heard screaming in space," and then it was like a math problem. No, okay,
No.
it's pretty good. It's pretty fun.
Did you guys ever play Skyfox?
So, oh my god, are you fucking kidding me?
Skyfox is a good one.
Are you talking about like do a barrel roll kind of thing? Oh, that's Star Fox.
Spy Fox.
Oh, I don't know that.
It's like James Bond, but he's a fox, and it's an educational game.
It's like I remember Sky Fox.
No.
Do a
Spy
barrel
Fox.
roll, you know.
You know the other funny thing
What?
about this level? If their paths cross in the bubbles, they pop and they fall through. So you have to time it. These two are probably
shit.
gonna hit,
Oh shit.
or maybe not.
Oh!
Perfect.
They
made
almost
it.
did, but yeah, if the timing isn't right, they die.
This is a really intense game, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know this one.
It's you gotta. It makes you think. I love
It
the
makes you
noises.
think.
Yeah. That's a very thought-provoking game. I'm just kidding. I mean, kind of, not really.
Well, no. I mean,
is.
but
It is.
it's strategy,
Yeah.
right? Like the whole game is built off of like being a better strategy. It's like asteroids, right? Like when everything goes haywire, you know, you gotta kind of figure out.
Yeah. A pretty intense strategy game for kids too. Like this shit looks hard.
Yo, Theo, I think we should eventually wrap this up.
What are we on, like
Oh,
3
yeah.
hours now?
We're on like 2.5 hours.
Also, what time?
It's
I-
still like
I meant because
2:50
like I would just infinitely do this episode because that would be really funny to just have like a 5-hour fucking episode.
I'm gonna crash soon.
But that's what I'm saying. We
That's
should
the
probably
other
go to
thing,
sleep because we
yeah.
have to go to Plymouth in the morning too.
Oh yeah,
That's okay. We'll be okay.
it'll be fine.
We got
At
it.
least it's in the
We got some more
morning.
time.
Not tonight.
Maybe we could wrap it up with a song.
Yeah, I was
That'd
gonna
be
say.
lovely.
Oh,
Play us
That'd
out.
be great.
well, that's putting me on the spot.
Oh, it'll be cool. It's
Maybe we
okay.
could do a sing along.
All right, I can do one.
A sing along one or
I don't know what you guys like. Like, what do you want to like?
what do you think, Theo?
What kind of song
don't know.
are you all into?
Why are you looking at me?
I don't know. You also sing and play guitar,
Yeah, I guess.
so I
guess
figured maybe you had some songs.
I wasn't prepared for.
This
being
is
on
gonna
the
be
spot
so
for
funny.
singing.
All right, what if I? How about I do this?
I did promise I was gonna sing in the stairwell though, and I totally was like, just kidding. I decided to tell everyone about jumping down the stairs instead.
Oh yeah.
That was good. Oh, that was, okay. Got
The
it.
monologue.
Got it.
Yeah.
How about I just start a rhythm, and
Nice.
then you guys can chip in, right?
We're just gonna
Okay.
pick up a song.
Yeah, you just gotta.
We're gonna write a song
Okay.
for the podcast.
Hell yeah.
There we go. That's
Okay.
quiet.
What kind of music do you guys like?
I don't know.
I have
Do you
no
want-
idea.
The
Something
kind that
more
goes
Nirvana,
beep, boop, boop, boop.
or like Against Me.
I like in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe something like good blend.
That.
All right. Let me just yell out. Ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
So we sit here and we talk for hours.
Is that
Craig's drinking.
That's
No,
good.
keep going. Why
Perfect.
did? All right.
What if I slow it down a little bit?
Well, I was about to rhyme and then you like cut me off.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
We had
All
some
right.
momentum there. Maybe go back to the first rhythm.
Okay, all right, ready.
All right. How did I start the song?
So we're sitting here, we're talking for hours.
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. I'm back in it. So we've been sitting here. We've been talking for hours.
Eating Fritos.
Drinking seltzer.
Zumbinis.
A
Wait,
logical
hold on.
journey.
Wait, hold on. Give me one. I think I know where you guys are going. Let me see.
I don't know where we're going.
I'm just going with it too.
That sounds like shit.
Perfect.
I thought the song was something else.
Wait, hold on. I gotta figure out the rhythm.
Let's just write a song at the end of the podcast.
This has touched on a lot of stuff.
This has been like a radio drama. It's like a whole movie.
Well, so I was actually just starting to think that the fact that we're adding a
my god.
I haven't listened to much Night Vale.
They
I
do
used to love-
here's the weather, and then they play a song.
Yeah.
And that's just what this kind of gave me the vibe of for a second, was that we're like just playing a song on a podcast real quick, you know?
Yeah.
Do you guys want me to do power chords?
Yeah, do it.
Am I starting my song, the words from the top? Are we all starting the lyrics from the top?
Just
I'll
chime in
join
when
the
you
lyrics.
guys want to do it.
You
I
wanna
can
do
do.
the
I can do.
lyrics?
All right.
I like the vibe we were on. Should we start over? New song? Is that warm up?
Scrap that one, or
You want to start a new song?
yeah, let's do a new one. Let's get a new one going. Podcast song.
So you guessed?
Podcast
Oh,
song.
podcast.
I guess.
I guess so.
I was like, you guessed? You guessed what? What did you guess?
I might switch over.
One of these.
I think this would work better.
Oh, hell yeah.
So we got the Telecaster and the amp.
You know, Telecasters killed Zero at Best's whole family.
Because of capos, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Telecasters and capos.
Telecasters and capos.
Shout out to
I forgot
Trevor.
it's the duo.
Shout out
Yeah,
to
shout
Trevor.
out to Trevor.
Shout out Trevor on every episode.
Pretty much
That's
every episode.
awesome
Yeah.
because like not a week goes by that Trevor doesn't slightly pop into my head like for whatever reason, and usually it's because Bullpup's playing in like on like a playlist that I have.
Yeah.
But
Wait, you like
sometimes
that
it's
band?
that I have.
You like Bullpup?
I showed you Bullpup.
Well,
Oh, shit.
I
Do you like Bullpup?
before.
No, Bullpup. The band that
Yeah, they're
in
pretty
Lowell.
good. They're fucking awesome.
Bullpup.
Bullpup.
Oh shit.
Shout out to
I don't know,
Trevor.
for some reason I
Unplugging
thought I
everything.
showed you Bullpup when I moved in, so I was like, "What? You knew it? Okay."
Yeah, man. I know about bands and stuff. Alright, well,
Did you just unplug the whole thing?
I recently
unplug the TV.
I messaged Trevor a few weeks ago telling him that I think him and Eminem kind of had some similar thought processes.
No,
once.
disagree.
No. It's this one thing. It's this one line. This one line. So Eminem has that line where he's like, "Fuck all of these little boy groups. I've been sent here to destroy you." And I hear that, and I think of Trevor saying, "Fuck your boys club."
Right. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. So they have semi-quoted each other before. Once.
That's true. Maybe they
That
have
was
talked.
recently. Yeah, that was my most recent Trevor popped into my head
I like that.
situation.
It's pretty good.
Are you gonna play us a song on the electric guitar?
Wait, hold on.
And so we're sitting here in this living room.
No, hold on. Let me
yeah.
do one.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
Oh, I lost it. Wait, one sec. Ah. I gotta get into the rhythm. Who's got drugs? Okay, I really like this one now.
Do you,
No, that's not it.
Sometimes it isn't.
I just need to get a little more drunk.
fuck yeah.
Okay, wait. Nobody look at me. No, I'm just kidding.
Are you on the spot? Is it because we're watching?
We did
You're
pump
like,
up the pressure of the situation a
Yeah,
lot, I
shit
feel
if
like.
you're
We
watching.
paused to do the beanies and
Oh, no,
everything.
Yeah, true.
Zucchini
I
really
fucked up
like
'cause I
heightens
didn't
my
have
blood
my,
pressure.
Oh, there we go.
Wait, hold on.
That was good.
Yeah, so I like that.
Yeah, I'm very, very into this riff, and I want to share it with all of you because I respect you.
I appreciate
Thanks.
that.
Is it okay that it's on the record?
Yeah, whatever.
You don't mind sharing it with everyone besides
Look,
us?
there's a
and
lot
Lauren?
of shit on the record.
I just wanted to make sure that we
We're all-
No, put it out there. You know where I'm at? I gotta figure. Wait, hold on. 1 second.
Beer break.
Okay. So, this is the way I thought it would go. Ready?
Okay.
Sorry.
Just trying to crash. You just turn it down just a little.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
No, yeah.
Oh, fuck. All right, guys. That's this week's episode of Boston Art Podcast. Fucking weird.
That was a good song to close.
3
out
hours
on. I
long.
think if
Let
we
us know
ended
if you
it
like
with that,
3-hour
I think it'd be
episodes.
pretty cool.
Let us know if you're still listening.
Yeah, let us know. Comment 666 on our Instagram if you listened. No, don't do that, actually.
Do it, fuck it.
Fuck it. All right, bye. See you next week.